Hi guys, I'm a bit confused because there was some chat in here earlier on and now it's not here. Are we in the right stream? Well, David Bassett is here anyway. David Bassett saying evening Penny and all in chat. Anyway, I've got, obviously this is a Penny Teaches Newbie How to Make Models Part 6. So here's our not so newbie as she really used to be.
Hello.
I'll tell you what, I said it in Little Histories channel, and I'll say it again here. The way that you were like judging the wash. I mean, you say it was difficult to do the wash and that, but the way you were doing adjustments and you know, adjustments and going, yeah, that's not dark enough or that's too dark. You know, you're acting like a pro. You're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still confused about the chat because before the show started, about like 4 days ago, not 4 days, but a long time ago, Little History had posted #1 comment or something, and now his comments disappeared. So I don't know, I'm confused now. Did he put it in another chat?
Could have done.
Yeah, he did. He's actually written it into my what is it, Monday today? He's actually put it in Thursday's chat. Right, guys, talking of Thursday, there is a slim chance that the stream might be a little bit late. I'm actually doing an online course with Hobbycraft on the Cricut Machine software. It runs from 6:30 to 7:30, but you know what these courses are like. You say, oh, that was a lovely course. Oh, thank you ever so much, and do that. So say it might run over. So if I'm a little bit late, don't worry too much. We are here, unless we're not here, in which case we won't be here. Athol says, wavy countdown does my eyes in, but that's 70s music. We can always shut your eyes and listen.
Yeah.
That would work, wouldn't it? Because I ain't changing it. I like that intro. Kenneth, afternoon from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm on stage 18 pack 2 of my IXO collection, full kit of the Subaru Impreza.
Oh God, don't show me a Subaru.
You know what? I am.
My favourite car, man.
Oh, I'm going to take my jumper off, but my top's a bit loose, so I'm just gonna, just in case.
Yeah, I don't want to, you know.
Just in case. Yeah, I don't want my my video struck off. There we go, that's better. I've always said I'm going to start an OnlyFans account. I'm going to set up like an opposite of OnlyFans, where they actually pay me to keep my clothes on. If that would work. Teresa says, hi all. David Bassett says, afternoon across the pond. Kenneth, hello again. How, Natasha?
How?
Is that a reference to something that we haven't caught up with yet?
We got this little thing going on, me and him.
Oh, you got a little thing going on between you and him?
Yeah, just me and him. People just keep saying it's just a little thing between them two.
Nothing wrong with a little thing, as long as it don't become a big thing.
No.
David Bassett, evening Teresa, Smith and Athol. Athol, hi David Bassett. Teresa says, hi David Bassett. Evening Natasha too. Hi Penny, Natasha, all. Right, so do I need to ask what you've been up to?
No, you know where I've been up to all day,
So
don't you?
let me rearrange the questions. What streams have you been in today?
Oh, do you know what? There's been that many, I can't remember.
I know you were in Little Histories.
Yep,
You were in Screws and Glues,
yep,
because I was in that one.
yep.
Um,
This morning, no. And I started from Spruce.
no, so you've just done the 2 today. So you're taking it part-time now then. You know,
No,
that's
I'm back live probably somewhere in the week and all with them all.
lovely. Well, I got a present today. I'm happy and sad all at the same time. I do think it's funny. I've done my big order for me cat stuff, and as they often do, they've split the order between 2 boxes. Which, when you're ordering like six 3 kilogram bags of cat food and 6 5 kilogram bags of cat litter, it makes sense. But what they've oddly done is they've sent one box with one courier and one box with another. So I kind of had a race, which every one, and Yodel came second, but every delivered it with a broken bag, and it was fortunately. I mean, I lost about half a bag of cat litter, but fortunately it's changing. Well, it was supposed to be yesterday. I was supposed to change the cat litters, but it's today. So thankfully I managed to salvage it. But they also sent me a free gift of a calendar. So I'll use that calendar to gain brownie points with a vet. And I'll go, well, I got you a present. Have a calendar with cats on it or pets or something, zoos. I don't need one. I've got the Airfix calendar. And I've got, no, I've only got one calendar this year. I had 2 last year. That reminds me, guys, is anyone a member of the Airfix Club? And have they received their welcome pack yet? Because I joined, must have been nearly 4 weeks ago, because I signed up just before I went to London. Got me, I love that Airfix Club when you remember. If you join the Airfix Club, you get a 10 or 20% discount on all purchases. But
Right.
if you sign up for the next year's Airfix Club, you get a discount on that because you're a member. So a little bit sneaky there. So I'm just waiting for my kits to come. And I've got a couple of kits I'm going to send you.
Oh, yay.
Yes. Well, I was moaning. I got that first and last hawk
Yeah.
a couple of years ago when I first joined the Airfix Club. And then when I got that mystery box, I got the first and last hawk again, which I was annoyed about because it's a club exclusive. So I'm a little bit annoyed that part of the reason I joined the Airfix Club is to get exclusive kits that non-members can't get. And all you have to do is buy a mystery box and there you go. There's a... now, I was thinking about buying a few more hawks because I've got 5 now. I bought a Spitfire and Hawk double kit. So I've got 5 hawks now.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about buying 4 more and doing the red arrows. But I looked at the decal sheet. I'm going to have to buy 9 sets of decal sheets at £10 each. So to spend whatever it costs me to buy another 4 kits and 90 quid in decals on a project that isn't the scale that I like, on an aircraft that I'm not particularly thrilled about, that's an awful lot of money, isn't it? So I think I might just give the old club kit. I mean, it'll be open, but it won't be started. So I might bung it your way. If anybody else wants to bung anything to Natasha's way, I'm sure she'll be gratefully received.
Well, I'm kind of so upset right now because I've missed a delivery.
Oh no, important delivery.
In the time that I had issues, and it's just like, so hopefully I get it soon.
Yeah, they'll probably rearrange tomorrow.
Well, it's from the awesome Peter.
Is it? Oh, it'll be all right. It'll only wait a day. That's fine.
I don't know what.
You know what you get, or is it going to be a nice surprise?
Nice surprise. I don't know what's in it. He just said it's something that will help me or hopes to help me. And I went,
You didn't quit then?
Could have been anything in there. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah.
But he's not going to tell me, is he?
He won't tell you. He's like that, which is, you can hassle him and and he won't tell you, and you can almost wind him up. Right, so what have I been up to? So on Sprue and Glue's channel, I actually started the Row Life tower bridge, and it's bloody lovely. I'm about halfway through, and it's got a little movable bridge, which is rather nice, and you've got a tower that's going to go on there somehow. You've got a bit that's going across, and it's lovely. It really is nice. So maybe I'm becoming addicted to row lights. So that is gratefully received, Peter. Thank you very much. I also have begun. I filmed the footage. I haven't put the video together yet. I've decided on the Concorde to split it in 3. It's 21 bags, so I'm doing 7 bags a video, and this is what I've got so far. And you'll probably be a bit easier if you look at it this way, but what I really like about it,
is that the Lego?
Yeah, but wow. Check out the undercarriage.
Cool.
Now that is going to extend all the way to the nose, or is it the tail, and you're actually going to use that bit to do the undercarriage. But
cool.
It was a bit of a pain in the arse.
Well, it's going to be, so it's something different.
Well, what they do is they tell you what to do. They don't always tell you why. Right, and I've now discovered that anything orange isn't actually part of the build. It's helpful. So like the first thing you do is you get one of these little devices that removes bits of Lego. That's orange. You put these on so you think it's got something to do with the engines. Then later on they tell you to take them off. Then they tell you to put them back on. And all it is, it's just a little bit of extra support so that you can lay it on the table. You can't see it, but if you lay it on the table like that, it stops it from falling over. And then there's another bit where you do all the cogs and the mechanisms, and then you put this orange bit in, and it blocks all the cogs up. And you're like, well, that's no good. And I took it apart and I put it back together again, and I'm like, so I ended up flicking forward on the instructions, and I can see that later on, you actually take it out. So that is just a little jig just to hold everything in place. So when the time is right, you can take it off, and then all the cogs work. And then I was watching a YouTuber do this, and he was going on about, he had the same thing. He's like, I don't understand. I put this in, and now none of the cogs work. And then he's gone, oh, right, that explains that we take it out. And it's really funny because he goes, later on in the build, there's more orange pieces to put on. And he says, right, I'll put the orange pieces on, but I don't really trust them. So, and it's like, yeah, spot on. Exactly how I felt. But yeah, I mean, a third of the way through, it's really, really nice. I'm really liking it. And all of the details are printed, no stickers, which is actually quite nice. And we're all kind of querying the livery, but it kind of works because whatever livery you put on, someone's going to moan. If you do this livery, it's kind of a cross between the British Airways and the prototype. If the British Airways, the French people would probably moan, go, why isn't there an Air France version? If you did the Air France version, the British people would go, why isn't there a British Airways version? People in New York probably won't care because they would have got both of them anyway. So, you know, I suppose looking at it from the point of view, a lot of people building Lego weren't alive when the Concorde was around. So having something with a blue flash saying Concorde on the tail is probably the best choice, really, isn't it? Right, where are we up to? Hi, David Bassett. Evening, Natasha, too. Hi, Penny, Natasha, all. No, Penny, she has made it perfectly clear it will never be a big thing. Well, you know.
Yeah? Well, who said that?
She says she's been raiding, LOL. Ron Hetten. How about Hetem? Sorry, I'm really good at butchering names. Have I seen you before, Ron? I feel I should know you.
I think I've seen him as well.
Well, anyway, he says hello, hello, Penny and Tasha, and all in chat. Athel says Uncle Bucky, Greg's Ronnie. Hi, Ron Hettam. Hello, Teresa Smith. Hi, Ethel. Penny, you need 9 hawks and then build an airborne diorama. See, right, so the general idea, I mean, I don't want to be buying things for all these projects because I've got a million projects in my head and I haven't got room for a million models, but I would like to do the missing man formation. But as I'm more of a US Navy fan, it's a bit more of an American thing, and it only takes 4 aircraft. I'd rather do it with F-18s painted up in Blue Angels. And I thought maybe we'll have the cotton wool for the smoke. We can then hide a piece of wire in the smoke or a piece of acrylic rod, and we could actually do like a corner of a box diorama, and we can have the aircraft going mounted via the acrylic rod into the sidewall so it looks like they're flying, and then obviously that's all covered up with the cotton wool which acts as smoke, which can then be coloured because it's doing all the display. So but then there's only really one way to do red arrows, isn't it? You either do 2 aircraft doing that funny cross thing that they do, or you have 9 of them in formation. I don't think there's any other way to do it. So it's a bit of a problem. But I do like that first and last hawk. They've got the very first one in black. Is it black? No, the last one's in black. But yeah, they're nice kits. That Lego Concorde looks good. Penny, how many parts altogether? It is 10. No, it's not 10,000. It's kit number 10,218. It is a total of 2,083 parts. And you probably only need about 2,060 of them because there's all these orange pieces that you're going to be left with at the end of the build, which is actually rather nice. Dale McCormick says evening all. David Bass says evening Dale. Hi Penny and Ron Hetton. Yes, in sprue Lindsay. And I thought, yeah, sorry, I apologize.
That's where I catch
the names and that, so please forgive me. And Dale McCormack says, hi Ron. Right, so the other thing I've got is my new decal box has arrived, and I'm going to set the camera to show you. So I'm going to be trying something wrong with my tracker board today. It's very stop, and it's very annoying. I think what I'll do is I'll give it a good old scrub later on. So I bought this from eBay. It is £10, and I get the impression from the quality of the plastic, it's a copy of an original idea. It doesn't really matter about the quality as long as it holds the water in, and it does leak if you tip it. But where it differs is you have this sponge, and it's, oh God, I've ruined the sponge by trying to lift it out. It's a funny feeling sponge. It's not like your normal sponge, but it's quite a hard one, and you put water in. I don't know if you can see the water in there, and it works on the same principle. I have an unpopular opinion about decals. You see people flooding their decals. They really don't need to do that. This poor old decal is floating around in the water trying to contact the lifeguard. You only need to wet the paper. But yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, it also comes with a little box which I can't open, and you can put your cotton buds in there. The cotton buds that I use anyway don't fit. So they do fit if you put them in diagonally. So I've cut a few in half, and they're perfect in there. I haven't got ginormous hands, so if you can manage a cotton bud with half a cotton bud, that's perfectly adequate. So I'm going to give that a go today, and we'll see how we get on.
Sorry.
Okay, you just left me on my own there, have you? Yeah, so, and there's my cup of coffee. I also have a very slightly alcoholic drink because I thought I'll try and, well, I'm drinking a mojito today. because I've had one in the fridge for absolutely ages, and I thought, why not? So yeah, we'll give this a go today. My hypothesis is that if I've got it, it's probably worth using it. But if you don't get one, if you haven't got one, don't bother. Oh, I keep forgetting to post a link. So I will do that now. And that way, if anybody wishes to join us, they will be more than welcome to. Let me, bear with me. I'm just going to do it a bit of a lazy way. I'm just going to post a link and pin it. Oh, I hate those little, you know, you get those little heart things, symbols. There we go. Right. Message pinned at the top of the chat. If anybody wishes to join us, you are more than welcome to. Obviously, do bear in mind that what we are doing today is advancing the education for Natasha in building. It's not going to be anything too complex today. It's just doing decals. There's nothing complicated in decals. It's just the fiddliness and the time consumingness of them. Obviously, we'll be using what she's got, which is just water, a paintbrush. We've got some cotton buds, and we've got some cocktail sticks. I will mention other equipment that she can use, but obviously she won't have access to that. So a lot of it will be theory talk. Obviously, I've got Decal Fix from Humbrol, which I'll confess I don't think I've ever used it. I've also got somewhere Microset Microsol, which I'm not exactly sure where it is at the moment. But my new decal solution of choice is Ultimate Decal Set and Solution, and you get strong, normal, and extra strong. Why I put them in that order, I do not know. Normal, strong, extra strong. So yeah, we've got Microset Microsol, which appears to be most people's favorites. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of decal solution to use. I've seen people that use this almost exclusively, and I've seen people that say that's a pile of poo. Obviously, it's all opinions here, guys. You know us. Right, so let's do a chatty catch up. Hi, host and panel, big thumbs up. Evening, Lee, Anfield Road layout in the loft. Evening, hey Dom. Dominic says evening, Dale. There's my link if anyone wants to join. Hi, Dominic, and hi, Teresa, and that is the chat caught up. So, obviously, I'll explain this again when. So, just bear with me. I can hear the cats doing something, and I can't see what they're doing. Things are sliding, and once I see what they're doing, I'm all right. But I just need. Do you know what it's like? When kids make noises, you're like, oh my God. It's probably actually more frightening when they don't make any noise. Oh, also, if anybody watched me on Little History Stream yesterday, I was playing about with sprue goo. And I bought these from eBay, from Amazon. And they are glass bottles. And the theory is... Oh, we've got Ron. Hello, Ron.
Yeah. The king is back.
Just your volume down just a little bit.
My volume?
Yeah, you are coming through loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I think it's probably because I've got the... Yeah.
Saying that, I can't hear my volume, so I might be coming through loud and clear to you now. So...
I think that's a bit better, isn't it?
No, it's all right. I mean, the quality was fine. It was just you were booming.
Yeah, it's because I used my headset. That's why.
Yeah, so these, what I got here, they were about £10 for the set, 25 bottles. You get this little stopper in them, which if I was making stuff and selling it, that would be really handy because that would block it. So, yeah, the theory that I've got is making sprue goo from Mr. Hobby Tool Cleaner.
All right.
instead of making, so obviously if you're going to make it out of your extra thin glue,
Yeah.
you've got to buy one bottle for every lot that you've got. Now,
okay.
doing these small bottles, I can do one with Airfix plastic in it, another one with Tamiya plastic, another one for Hobby Boss, and then that way you're using specific sprue glue.
Yeah.
You know that that plastic is going to work.
Yeah.
I don't think these I think were cheap enough to warrant experimenting with.
All right.
I think they're about 10 or 15 quid.
That's not bad.
And if the whole project fails and it's a complete waste of time, I'm really not bothered. In fact, I could probably find someone to give them to. This is no good, but I got this from a friend who's a white witch.
All
And
right.
apparently this contains a bit of, apparently what this is it's a potion to make people go away.
All right.
So if someone's bothering you, you just but I say, what, you don't need a special potion. I said, if I was talking to you and you suddenly flicked powder in my face,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is, I'd probably go away.
Yeah, automatically, yeah.
Don't like her. She flicks powder in my face.
Good strange.
But yeah, I was just having a conversation with her once, and I was saying about I don't mind people in small doses, but generally I don't. And the next day she come in with this little potion.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So Ron, what are you working on?
I'm working on the, believe it or not, I'm working on the Buffalo A2.
Nice. Try and give you a bigger screen. That's not a bigger screen, is
You're
it?
giving yourself, you're giving me a small screen now.
Yeah, that didn't quite work out as I intended, did it? Oh, I can't flick the screens. There we go.
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm busy doing the Buffalo A2 now because I'm waiting for weights for the for my Ferry Gannet. And it's wheel balance weights. I don't know.
I've heard that fiery Gannet, they tell you how much weight to put in, but it's not nearly enough.
No, because that's why a friend had suggested that.
Is that computer chips?
No, it's wheel weights.
Oh yes.
And when I spoke to this mate of mine, I said to him, "Are you sure it's going to work?" He says, "Yeah, it's going to work, Ron. Yeah, definitely." I said, "Okay."
They're heavy, aren't they?
Pardon?
They're heavy, and if you get friendly with a car mechanic, they throw loads of those away every day.
Yeah. But I prefer that sort of how can I say it? A new one, sort of that I know that when I put it in, it's proper what I need, and I don't need to clean it and all the rest of it because this is a tail sitter, so unfortunately, not the best of. So therefore,
that does look an amazing build, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this so far, I mean, just to give you an idea, with it itself, I mean, okay, pull over, no problem. That is all airbrushed.
Nice. Don't show that to Natasha; she'll run a mile. Well, with Natasha, I know I'm saying this behind her back.
Yeah.
But I'll say it to her face as well. Yeah. I think her biggest problem with modelling is confidence.
Yes, definitely. I have to say as well, because I noticed with her, she's kind of like, sort of skittish sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, you look at last night when we were doing that wash, and I got to be honest with you, I thought I might be pushing her too far on this.
Yeah.
I think we took to it quite well. Yes, she can't remember the terms, but what we forget is we've been using these terms every day for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
We dream the terms, don't we?
Yeah.
Is she taking a long time to remember the terms? I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, she'll eventually. I reckon she will pick up pretty quickly and pretty nicely. You know, I mean that's the thing as such. And
yeah. Well, I kind of secretly hope that when we finish the tank, she does another build on her own, like she did with a Jet Provost, and then she's got something that she can compare. and then she can, because she's already said, yeah, now that, I mean, she didn't know anything about cleanup when she did
Yeah.
the harvest.
Just to show you something else as well that I've done. I don't know if you can see that slightly bit like a grey sort of grainy parts there.
Yeah.
That was done with a bit of play sand.
All right.
Yeah. Well, then I put a bit of play sand, and I put a bit of PVA glue mixed together, and I put it over there, and I airbrushed it, and yeah.
Oh, just give it a bit of texture.
Yeah, because when you think of it, I mean, the scoop itself would automatically be probably get some sand as well. So,
Yeah.
Dust and everything.
I remember when I was first taught how to do bases for Warhammer.
Yeah.
This is exactly how the conversation went.
Yeah.
So you get some sand, you mix it with PVA glue,
Yeah.
you apply it to the base.
Yes.
When it's dry, you paint it a sand colour.
No, you don't need to.
No, but this is what I was told. I'm like, but hang on. So you get sand, which is sand coloured, and now you need to paint it. But it's all to do with the texture and the finishes of the PVA.
Yeah, definitely.
It was like that was my. I'm like, right, okay. So you get something that's sandy colour, and now you need to paint it sandy colour. So, Dale McCormick says, "Looking good, Ron."
Thanks, buddy.
I think I am. I did say that. Yeah, I mean, you've just reminded me of there's a technique that I really want to learn that I've never done. Looks easy, but I don't know, and that's the hairspray chipping technique.
That's a bit of a that's you're going to have to literally be patient with that. To be quite honest with you, that is definitely that'll test your patience at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'll just show you an example what I've done. I'm looking for a bit of something that I've actually used. Oh, right. Stop it now. Oh, oh, Jimmy. I need to push this sort of thing in.
Oh.
That is all play sand. Let me get a proper sort of angle with you. Play sand, pot grit, and PVA glue.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even move.
No, because the PVA will lock that in solid, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Games Workshop, because I was living in Norfolk at the time, and Games Workshop was saying, oh, you got to buy this bag of sand for your diorama.
Yeah.
I went, hang on, I live within walking distance of the beach.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, yeah, but we are trying to sell you the products. I went, well, at least you're being honest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we make more money if we sell it than you go down the beach.
I did try it once with the beach sand, and that didn't quite turn out the way it should be.
Right.
Because I done it for a mate of mine, and I'm like,
But it's a good. I mean, I use it for soil as well, and that one you do have to paint. Because unfortunately, sand isn't soil coloured.
Yeah. That's the difference between that sort of thing. That when you do it that, that definitely you got to. You'll have to do it that way. I've got another one I actually got that's. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. It's actually got. What did I use with it? I used Tamiya. What was it now? It was a dark sort of coloring towards it. Let me see. I don't know if I've got any photographs. Here you go. I don't think I do have a photograph of it. It's Murphy's Law that when you want it, you won't find it.
Yeah, that's always the way.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's almost like a muddy sort of color.
Yeah.
And it really, really does. To be quite honest, it turns out so brilliant. It's like, whoa. I didn't expect it to be that good. I'm hoping I can find it. But maybe it's all I guarantee I won't find it. There's another one I've done recently as well, Penny.
Can't see it much, but what I can see is really nice.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that took me quite a while to do as well. And obviously, you know, you've got to make sure that you get the right sort of texture to it, and
Yeah.
a lot of work involved.
Then there's nothing wrong with it taking longer because it just gives you better value for your kits, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
You're buying 50 quid kits and banging them out in a day or two. They're not really that good value, are they?
No. I agree with that completely. Where are you? Oh.
Look at that Lancaster. Yeah, it's a 300 quid kit.
Yeah.
It ain't going to get done in a weekend, is it?
No. You know, that's the thing. A lot of people tend to think, oh, it's you know, a quick job as well. I mean, it's not really.
Well, I've often said this. I mean, if you're trying to save money,
I'm going to show you something now that's going to surprise you completely. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get you. There's a bit of. You see, like a grey, sort of like a grainy grey.
Yeah.
That was done with a pin wash, along with a slight bit of a light grey sort of thing, to make it look like concrete.
Yeah. Now, could I make concrete with plaster?
Yes.
Or concrete?
That is plaster. That was used as a plaster. What I done is I used filler.
Yeah.
That done the job completely.
Right, because one thing I'm thinking of is for the Lancaster, I'm not going to make a dam and fake lake. I'm just going to put it on a little airfield, and thought I might just make paving slabs out of something. Get a bit of cardboard or something, or a thin bit of plywood, and then just coat it in plaster. And then
what size of the lank is a lank?
1:32 scale.
132. Whoa, you need a big one, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I could buy those little pots of I forget who make them, but they do like concrete, but they're like 15 quid a pot.
No, that's going to really, that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
I would say, and I would suggest, if you want to go that route, to go down and actually get filler. You know, just normal sort of.
A quid a bag or something. You get a big old bag of powder and just mix it up with water.
No. Get yourself. Let me see now. Murphy's Law. When you want something, you can't really find it.
No, I know. You weren't expecting the questions, were you? So no, I'm not going to tell you, Natasha. I'm not going to tell you what Ron's been showing us because you'll just run a mile. It's all so good.
That's what I use.
Oh. Yeah.
Hope you don't mind. I'll be eating during the live.
That's absolutely no problems. Right. So decals.
Yeah.
Decals can be simple, and you can make it complicated.
I want simple.
Yeah, I know you want simple. Right. So at a very basic level, all you need is water, the decal, obviously. I personally think you can't do some kind of pokey stick that's not going to wreck the decal.
Yeah, but you just be careful with the pokey stick, though.
Yes.
I would suggest if you want to use it. Okay.
Oh, paintbrush.
Yes.
Yes, of course. So
the clever one, Penny.
Sometimes I'm the clever one, but I've been drinking a mojito.
Oh well, there we go. That explains it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Tess? No paintbrush.
Small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, depends on the size of the decal, but what we're doing.
No, that'll do all decals.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So what I'll do is I will show you how to apply a decal. Then Ron will probably tell me how I'm wrong. I haven't got my headphones on, have I? I'm surprised you guys can
What are
hear
you
me.
saying? Pardon,
I
Penny?
will warn you, I am watching via laptop because I can see the screen better than I can my phone.
All right.
So I'll be a bit delayed in what you're doing, Penny.
It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine.
No,
But,
You
right,
we all
so
learned that way, mate. We all learned by mistakes at times.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
I
let you
mean,
know.
the thing I'm going to emphasize is this kit has cost £3.50. If you muck it up, it really is not the end of the world.
No.
If I just bought you a £400 kit, then I want you to do it perfectly. Deal?
Yeah.
Right. So those decals I showed you earlier, oh, here they are. Right. So you need the box.
Oh God.
All the
I got
instructions.
the box.
Normally they'll show you decal placement on the box, in the instructions, but this is very nice and it shows you on the back of the box. And I think probably the best place to start will be on the actual tank body, because you can put this down nice and flat and there's a nice decal going on the back. And I think that would be a good start point.
Wow, there's tiny bits.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll start with the nice, easy ones. So
I'm not going to be able to do too much camera down because I'm going to end up
it's
making
fine.
a body
It's
jiggle when I
absolutely
do
fine.
it.
So we have the picture here. So I'm going to hit this decal first. Nice and simple. So what we do is we look at the orientation of the placement of the decal. Sometimes you get some, like if you're doing an RAF roundel, it's not going to matter what way round it goes.
Right.
But obviously we're dealing with a star here, so you need to know, because it's a 5-pointed star, you need it to point in the right direction. Right, then you find that decal. In this particular case, it's numbered as number 4. So we'll look for number 4, which is this one.
The little round thing.
Pardon?
The little round thing.
It's a little white circle with a 5-pointed star in it.
Yeah.
Oh, can you read that number? It's black writing on blue.
Number 4. I have to count as I go down, kind of thing.
So it's about a third of the way up, right on the left.
Yep.
You'll see the word Sherman Firefly in the bottom right.
Yep.
Over to the left, and it's the second row up. So what you want to do is cut around that either with a knife or a pair of scissors. There's people out there that don't like using scissors. I personally don't go too close to the decal. If you've got a metal ruler, use a metal ruler, because that'll save you slipping. But just don't go too close in case you slip.
Okay. I'm going around it with a pair of scissors.
Oh, you're also going to need some tweezers. Well,
I've got some of them.
Say you need tweezers.
I need tweezers. I haven't got none.
That's fine.
I have.
I'll tell you what, Penny.
Yes.
If you in Messenger can send me your ID.
My what?
Your ID.
Oh, ID, yep.
Not ID, AD.
AD.
Which is the address.
All right, yep, yep.
Then I've got a spare set of tweezers that you can pass on to Ted.
What are they? Any of these?
No, they're about like the ones in the black ones there.
What, like these ones?
Yeah. Because that's all she'll be needing.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many. I mean, if all you've got is pointy tweezers, you're going to have to use those. But if you've got any that aren't pointy, I mean, I'm going to use these ones.
I've got pointy.
Right. If you've got any that aren't pointy, brilliant. If you can only use pointy, that's fine. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that into water for about, I'll say about 30 seconds, but the actual length of time, it's the decal's going to tell you. Don't rush it. If you start pulling that off, if it needs 45 seconds and you start pulling it off after 30, you're going to rip it. So, you know, I always say when I'm cooking, the food is ready when I tell it it's ready, but decals are the opposite. They'll be ready when they want.
Yeah.
So pop that onto. I'm using this nice little watery foam. Like I said, you don't need to sort of dunk it in the water so much. You need the lifeguard to rescue it. All you need to do is wet the paper. I know. I remember as a kid, I'd be dunking it in water, and I need to make sure the top is there, and I'd be holding it in my tweezers, and I'd be swimming it through the water. You wonder why you wreck the decal.
And there was no lifeguard as well. You must remember that.
Now, we've only got water, so that's the direction we're going to go.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, there are decal solutions out there. This one is Humboldt Decal Fit.
Yeah.
The most popular one seems to be, I can never remember the first bit of the word, but the sol and the set. Microsol, microset.
Microsol, yeah.
Yeah. My new favorite one is the ultimate decal set and solution. Mainly because I've been dealing with Tamiya decals a lot.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so the extra strong one is very, very handy.
Yeah.
Because they do make their decals out of cardboard, don't they?
Some do, some don't.
Well, Tamiya. I'm convinced that Tamiya's aim in life is to make a decal that's thicker than the wing you're going to put it on.
No,
Right.
not really. No, I don't know. I don't know. Some are, some aren't. It just depends as to which ones you get, though.
Right. So if you were using a solution, you just wet your target area with a bit of water. You're using water, so using water. So we'll just wet the area. So you got a bit of moisture underneath, like that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Got you now.
And then what we're going to do, yeah. And then what we're going to do, I lost my brush now. There it is. I just had it up in my hand. Right. So we're going to hold the decal paper, not on the decal. We're just holding the paper, and I'm going to do a big old zoom on this so I'll get in as close as we can. I'm sorry, Ron, I'm going to steal the big screen.
No, mate, you go ahead. No problem, Vinny.
Right. And what I'm aiming to do is to slide that decal off the paper onto the tank. Right. Keep it as wet as you want. The wetter it is, the more it's going to slide around. And that's actually applied incorrectly because the star's pointing the wrong way. So what we'll do is lifting it and rotating it and pushing it. We'll just keep turning it until we have it exactly as we want it. And I am keep checking against the box art. You're in it's a bit of a funny one. You've got time, but you haven't got all the time in the world. All right. So I'm being a perfectionist. I'm not 100% happy, so I just want to manipulate that a little bit. You can push it along the edge. That will help move it, but don't push it too much because you risk wrinkling it. Once you've then applied that as you want it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cocktail stick and I'm going to gently dab it just to remove the excess of water.
Cocktail or
sorry, cotton bud. Right. Once I've got rid of most of the excess, starting at the middle, I'm going to push fairly hard and I'm going to roll it. And what I'm trying to do is any water that will be underneath will get pushed out from underneath.
Got you.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, once you've got to this point, you've probably got to the point where that decal's no longer going to move around. If you feel it's in the wrong position, wet it again. Keep wetting. And look, You can recover it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you accidentally move it a little bit with a cotton bud, you know, it's not the end of the world. And just take your time on them. I know I know they've got an excessive amount of decals, but when I did my mosquito, I must have spent about 2 hours doing that.
That sounds about right.
Well, it probably took me 2 hours because I was really taking my time, not necessarily because that's how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather spend that extra little bit of time and get it looking nice. Now, this actually, given that there's no solutions on this, that is a really nice decal.
It is, yeah.
This is a £3.50 starter set. Yeah, okay, it's shiny. But the carrier film actually finishes quite close to the actual design.
Yeah.
Nice thin decal. And it does look painted on, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, it does look a little bit out of place because we've weathered around it, which is why we should have done the decals before we did the weathering. So how do you feel about that, Natasha?
I've done that.
Oh, you've done it.
Don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And you...
Wow.
It's going to sound like I'm criticizing, but you have got it upside down.
Oh well.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't know which way to go.
It's good for a first attempt. That's the bottom line of it. That you should be doing as such. Very good for a first attempt.
Yep, absolutely no problems.
How do you know if it's upside down?
Because if you look at the box art, you'll see the star is pointing backwards. Look at the star. Look at one of the points on the star there. Look.
Yeah.
Right. Yours, you've got a point pointing that way.
Oh yeah. Wrong way
Might
around.
be my fault because I only showed you the back end and you couldn't tell which was the front and which was the back.
No.
So I'll take partial blame for that.
I think you take full blame for it.
Pardon?
You'll have to take full blame for it, Penny.
Yeah. Right. So that is that bit done.
Yep.
Right. So now we're going to do a larger decal, which is going to go onto the side of the turret. Is it going to go on the side? No, we've not finished. We're actually going to do one on the side here. Sorry, I was looking at the picture and I thought it went on the turret. Okay, and I think that's a really good one.
Can I just chip in a penny there with a penny worth of information for Tess? If you haven't got the decal quite correctly there, put a bit more water on it.
Yeah.
And then just try and see if you can swirl it around.
Okay.
So this has been on a moment, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to gently paint the top. Then I'm going to, I can't get the wall right. Then I'm going to paint the edges. And we'll see if I can just lift that. There we go. I can lift it. So do you see what I mean about you've not got all the time in the world, but you have got probably more time than you think. Be very, very gentle with it. Once it's got wet, it will rip easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not that clever.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm just going to leave it.
If you don't want to attempt it, don't push yourself to do it.
No.
Because the thing is, if you're not confident with it, rather just stop right there. It won't be. Nobody will judge you at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned.
No. Remember, the only rule is, are you happy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. If someone says I don't like it, well, tough titties, because you're not the one building it.
They eventually get one of these, Tess. You become a certified modeler then.
Right, I'm just going to do the.
I'm not confident enough to do that part yet.
Why are we rolling the water out from underneath the decal? Would you like to?
Don't move about.
Right. Not actually the answer, but any other guesses? I know all you guys watching know the answer. Right, so if you have a little tiny molecule of water underneath that decal, I've just made it sound worse than it actually is. that will eventually dry,
Mm.
but the decal won't have stuck. Obviously, if you imagine this is the surface of the plastic, this is the decal, you want it to hit the decal surface like that. If you have a little bit of water like that, that water will evaporate and it will be replaced with air.
Yeah.
Right. So now you'll have a little bubble and then the decal will go a little bit silver. So if you ever hear the word silvering, then that's what happens. Let me see if I can show you my extremely dusty Mosquito. So the decal there, can you see there's a couple of little air bubbles?
Yeah.
Not the end of the world, but it's far easier to not get the bubbles than it is to remove them later on.
Yeah.
But where I've had a couple of little issues, it's silver. So you see why it's called silvering.
Yeah.
Now I say that is recoverable, and the reason that's happened is because you can see it's going over. Oh, it's not a flat surface.
Yeah.
And all I've probably done is not quite put enough decal solution on and not softened the decal enough, but that's a little bit later. Right, so let's go to level 2 decals. We're going to pop one on the side of, well, it's not even level 2. So we're going to put one on the side and we're going to do it exactly the same way. And the decal we're looking for is number 2, which is, you see where you took the last decal from? It's actually 2 lines up. It's a square and a triangle, not the triangle and square. Sorry, not the triangle and star. It's the star and triangle.
Star and triangle.
Yes, because what's going to happen, that one's going on the other side. So you're going to end up with a triangle more forward than the star.
Okay.
So you need the star and the triangle. There is also some lettering, which is very hard to read.
Yep, can't see that.
No, you will see it a lot more once it's on a darker background. Okay, and we're going to do exactly the same. If you've got, if all you've got is scissors, then use scissors, but don't go too close to it because the scissors can damage the decal. If you're going to cut it with a knife, always best to use a steel ruler. But I'm going to go against my own advice, and I'm just going to trim it. It's always worth. I come from the camp of, if you have an X-Acto knife, I've changed my blade for decals. Because obviously, if you work with a blunt blade, it's not going to be as good. So I will generally change my craft knife blade just before I begin decals. So what's the next step then, Natasha? Don't matter if you don't get this.
Put it in water.
Exactly.
Don't drown it.
Don't drown it. And how long do you think we will roughly be putting it in for?
30 seconds.
And are we going to take it out after exactly 30 seconds?
I don't know when 30 seconds is.
Well,
I go with the
answer to that is no. We're going to take it out when the decal is ready.
Okay.
Okay. Some decals you might find that they'll come out a little bit quicker. Some might take donkey's years. It's go with the process. And the easiest way, I think, to know when that decal is ready, just give it a little push with a brush. You see it's not moving. It's not ready. You can get a bit flashy. You can tell the background paper will discolor. You'll see it soaking up the water. But the only problem with using that as a system is that different papers from different manufacturers, it's not always going to be reliable and accurate, but it's a rough guide. Okay, so mine's still waiting. This is the boring bit, I'm afraid, waiting.
No, I can't move mine yet.
It's like waiting for paint to dry.
Yeah, it looks like you just got to wait for it to dry out, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So obviously, while you're waiting, we can be studying the decal placement. And I can see that the tip of the triangle is probably going to go round about where there's a little change of direction there in the corner. So that it's going to go roughly where I've just painted that wet line on. So, or to be more precise, I just painted a dot of water. That's roughly where the top of the triangle is going to go. Right. There you go. My decal's just starting to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that towards the end of the paper. So it's right on the end, but not over it. Okay. And what am I going to do next then, Teresa? I just called you Teresa. Not for the first time ever. So what am I going to do next? Whatever your name is, Natasha.
Whatever your name is.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Slide it on.
Right. So I am going to paint the area, the target area, with a little bit of water or decal solution or whatever I'm using. We're using water. Then I'm going to pick the decal up by the paper with the tweezers. I don't want to be, because if I've got, like, if I hold it there, you see that I'm not going to be able to pull that decal off because I'm holding it back with the tweezers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull that on. Now, some people use their fingers to slide it on. Some people go, oh, you've just committed a mortal sin by touching the decal with your fingers. I don't really care.
No.
And then we're going to manipulate that how we want it. Now, it's going to be slightly more difficult than the last one, purely because it's a larger decal. But if you're having a struggle moving it, just pop a little bit more water on it. And actually, I think that's too far down. I don't quite like that. And you can be as precise as you want. The only time you need this to be 100% accurate is if you're entering it into a competition at Telford.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not happening.
Well, do you know what? Let's have a discussion point.
Okay.
Entering competitions to establish a benchmark, yes or no? You know you're not going to win it, but you enter it anyway to see how good you are.
Test yourself against the rest, literally.
Yeah. As an example, I entered a competition at a Warhammer store. And I painted a demon prince and I put everything into it. I really went to town on the base. And at the end of the competition, I said to the manager, I said, did I win? He said, no, sorry, Penny, you didn't. I said, did I come last? He went, not by a long shot. And I went, I'm happy with that. Right. So once you've put the decal on and you've placed it properly, what are you going to do next?
Use the Q-tip.
Right. And what are you going to do?
Buddy.
You're going to gently, you're just dabbing the excess of water off.
That's the
Once
one.
you've got most of the moisture off, starting from the middle, place the Q-tip on or cotton bud, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to roll it fairly firm, but not so firm you're going to damage the decal. And you're rolling out any air and any water. I've actually just got an air bubble in mine, and I've just pushed that out. And I love these decals. I cannot see where the carrier film is ending. Now, I don't know if you can see, I've got some tiny, tiny air bubbles in there. Can you see them where my Q-tip is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and the way I've spotted that is to keep turning it so that it catches the light differently. And I'm going to attempt to roll them out. And when I see an air bubble, I'm just going to roll it out to the shortest possible distance. There's no point rolling an air bubble there all the way out to there. So if I have to go down or up, I will. And I've actually just put one in there. Right. I think I'm happy with mine. I think there's still a bit of an air bubble there, but I think that might actually be the paint. Right, so you're going to end up with something that looks like that in that general area. Right, so we've got quite a bit of chat there.
You catch up with the chat because I'm nowhere near done this
I
yet.
need to really clean my mouse ball. Right, we're looking good, Ron. Hi, Penny, Ron, Tasha. Tasha, see your messenger.
Yeah, done.
Easy Sprue and Glue. Hi, Sprue and Glue.
Hi, Sprue.
Excuse me while I cough. East Coast. Sorry. I wish there was a quick button for muting. There's actually a pair of headphones that I've seen in Argos that I'm thinking about buying.
Yeah.
Not primarily because they're purple. Well, they're a lilac color.
Right.
But they actually have a boom mic on the side. And you flip it up 90 degrees. And when you flip it up, it automatically mutes the headphones. And then when you pull it down, it takes them off mute.
Oh.
And I thought that's quite useful.
Yeah.
I think it's designed for gamers. They're playing their Xboxers and they're playing Halo or whatever, having a conversation with their mum, with their friends. Their mum walks in the door. They can quickly flip the mic up and go, "Mum, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, lovely. You carry on with your game. Down comes the mic. Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Wonky donkey.
How's yours looking?
Wonky donkey.
That looks all right from this distance.
Yeah, it does look all right. You sure you're not a professional on the quiet there?
I think she is, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she's trying to hide things so much, you know what I mean? And it's just not,
Right. So I'm going to take you to a new challenge level. We're going to flip it over. We're going to do the other side. Since it's exactly the same as the other side, except that obviously it's a different direction, you're going to teach me how to do the decal. So I'm going to do exactly what you do, what you tell me to do.
I
will just say though, the decal is on the top row.
Okay, decal's on the top row.
I said that because I know you struggle with the backgrounds, don't you? Right. So what am I doing with this decal?
Cutting it out without cutting into it.
Is that enough cut out?
I'm on delay with you, so I have to wait.
One thing I forgot to say, actually, you see where the number is printed on the decal?
Yeah.
I like to cut that out.
Oh, see, I don't. I just leave it.
The reason I cut it off is because sometimes it'll come off and then it'll end up at some random place on your model.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, why has Monty got number 13 on his forehead?
Yeah.
No, I leave them on there. I don't cut them out.
It's up to you. It's purely up to you. But
can't read them anyway.
I've got this decal. When you're ready, what am I doing with it?
Putting it in water for 30 seconds.
ish.
approximately.
Yeah. Or until the decal is ready.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. There's my decal gone in.
mine's in.
Have I done that well, Natasha?
Waiting for the screen to come up.
Yeah. So while
Yes.
we're waiting for that, we're double checking the decal placement, aren't we?
Yeah, and you're wetting it,
Right.
the part thing where you're going with it.
I'm going to cheat now. I'm going to use decal fix, because then that way I can show you the two decals, and then I mean it's probably not going to make a lot of difference because it's on a flat surface, but you can then look at mine and say, yeah, actually that decal fix is okay, or I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. If we want to scare you though, Natasha, this will hopefully make Ron laugh. Mike,
Great, Ron will stick up for me then.
Mike was set and Mike was sold for the first time. How scary is that, Ron?
Wasn't for me.
Was it not? Did your
No.
decal not all wrinkle up?
No.
Oh, first time I used it, it went like a wrinkly raisin, and I went, "Oh my God, I've ruined it!"
You got to put it you don't have to flood it as such. That's the big thing.
Yeah,
A lot of people tend to go along and just go boop, boff.
yeah.
No, you don't do that at all. That's a no.
Oh, that was lucky. I nearly just rinsed my brush out in my mojito.
That would taste awesome, Penny.
Yeah. Well,
Gives it a bit of flavour, doesn't it?
Nuts, Ash, about what Penny's like, you know.
Yeah.
Mixing
I don't know who introduced me to a mojito, but I'm so grateful they did.
I believe it is quite nice, though. Not that
It's a nice, refreshing drink, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was
Depends if
what I
there's
was
alcohol.
thinking, but I'm not allowed to have any alcohol now. So
Are you not? Right. Do you think my decal's ready, Natasha?
I have to wait for PC or laptop.
Okay. How will I know if my decal's ready, Natasha?
If it's ready to slide off.
Right. Okay, mine's a little bit slippery. Okay, so shall I slide that to the end of the paper?
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to just change the goalpost ever so slightly here. I'm going to work this one backwards. Right.
Backwards?
So when I did this one, I slid the decal to the right-hand side of the paper. So I could
yeah.
And I could pull off the paper in a more natural position.
Mm.
Because I'm working on the other side and there's nothing there, I'm going to do it backwards. It's going to be a little bit unnatural, but I'm going to slide it off that way so I can pull the paper away from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm doing mine upside down.
Okay, upside down works well. I never thought of that one.
It's so I can still use my right hand.
The good thing about this decal is that we can just keep flicking the tank over to see if we've got it level, because we've got one on the other side that's the same.
Oh well, mine never end up level.
Why do you
eventually one day?
I've just caught my decal, look. Oh, I'm not sure if I use decal fix or Tamiya extra thin.
God.
It's just stuck to the brush.
Oh no.
Well, I will confess, guys, I've never ever used Humbrol decal fix before. This probably isn't the time to use it for the first time.
No.
I think I'm not going to use it again.
No, not a good idea at all.
No. Is there anybody out there that does like decal fix?
No, not from Humbrol.
Oh, I am really struggling with this now. There we go. Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'll use it again because I'm not one of these people that use it once and go, no, didn't like it.
You've always got to try something more than once sometimes.
Is that your cat going crazy there?
Not mine.
Not
My
mine.
neighbour's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I managed to recover it. Yeah, I remember when I used, I tried out a new paint brand called War Paints.
Mhm.
And I was very lucky that the guy sent me a few extra to try out. And my feedback to him was that I tried them once, didn't like them.
Yeah.
Tried them again, no. Then I suddenly realized, because they're quite translucent paints, they're designed for blending,
Yeah.
blending from red to orange or something.
Mm.
And then realized that I'm using a translucent paint as though it's a solid paint.
Ah, okay.
Then I began to use them as translucent paints. And I'll tell you what, I was one of the few people that actually said they're really nice. Everyone, because if you're using them as a solid paint, it's not going to happen.
Nah.
But I could get some really good blending. The only drawback was when you put the first coat on,
Yeah.
always awful. And then you put the second coat on, and also the medium in them was gel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever they put in it. So it was,
Yeah.
you've got this learning curve. Right. I am not 100% happy with this, but I'm going to go with it. I just think that triangle's, oh, I just split the decal. So it's stuck where it is now then. So there's my effort. I'm just gonna make myself happy and say I blame the decal fix.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. You know what I'm going to say, Tash, don't you?
What's
What?
that?
It's the alcohol beverage that's gone wrong.
Could be. Oh, do you know, I keep picking up things I haven't said. The other thing is, ideally, you want to just pop a gloss varnish over this before you start the decals. I haven't said to do that because you haven't got any.
No.
You're not going to get an awful result because you haven't got gloss
No.
varnish, but you're going to get a better result if you do.
Yeah, because if you put it on a gloss varnish and then you put a matte varnish over it,
Yes.
it's really good. It does come out very, very nicely in the end.
Right, let me do a bit of chat catch up. If my mouse button will allow it. Right, I can't remember where we're up to. See you, Mr. High Sprue and Glue. Hi, Penny, Tash, Unky Ron, Teresa, Dave Sprue, Athol, and rest in chat. Hello again, East Coast. Hi, Dom, Teresa. Hello again, East Coast. Hi, East Coast. Sprue, I think you got your caps locked the wrong way round. Teresa says, I don't mind you using my name for Tash. LOL, Penny. Well, you know, there's worse names I could use, isn't there? East Coast says, you do what pleases you. If you can dream it, you can build it or do it.
Exactly agree with that.
Yeah. It's like years ago when I was doing the figure painting and kids would come up to me and say, what do you think of this? And I'd say, what do you think of it? And they go, well, it's the best work. It's the best thing I've ever done. Now, compared to other people I've seen in the shop, it's a pile of poo. But if it's their best work, then it shows they're improving.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
MP Model Plastic says, good evening, Penny, Natasha, and all in chat.
Yeah,
So go on, Ron.
I say hi, MP.
East Coast says, hi, MP. Hi, Manuel. Hi, East Coast. Hey, Dale. And that is the chat caught up with.
Yeah.
Right. How you doodling?
Taking me forever to do this.
It's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
The best thing is just take your time, Tash. Don't rush it.
Nice. Right. I'm doing some little.
Yours is actually better than Penny's.
There you go.
I'll take that as a compliment then.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what, looking at it, it definitely really, really looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it does. What you're aiming for is making it look like it's painted on
Yeah.
rather than a sticker. So all we've really learnt today then so far, based on Ron's comment there, is don't drink alcohol when you're putting decals on.
Exactly.
Good tip, Penny.
Right, Octal's modelling kit says hi, Penny panel and chat.
Hi, Octo.
So we've got a couple of little fiddly ones now.
Oh,
Exactly
God.
the same principle, and I don't think you'll have a problem. The only problem you're going to have is finding them on the decal sheet, because
Oh,
they're out
great.
there and it's little white writing.
I see them, but
Right.
I don't know how well I'm going to do this one.
Natasha, do your best.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, if for example you end up cutting one of the decals halfway through, I'm not going to judge you.
Okay.
But basically, this decaling, it's just rinse and repeat.
How do you know which one goes on?
Well, I think it looks like a little bullet because it's 3 lines of text, which the middle line is longer than the other 2, which makes it look a little bit like a bullet. But once you actually place it on, it'll be so much easier to see, because once you start see, they got white writing against a light blue background.
Yeah, and that's what I can't read.
Yeah, once you've actually popped it onto the dark green, as you can see from the decals we have applied, they just pop so much more because of the contrast. But just do your best. There's 3 decals there. I don't know what the third one. Oh, it goes on the front.
Sorry, I'm just blowing my nose.
It's all right. You don't mind.
And I can't turn my phone around to move.
Right, here we go. Here comes the perfect comment, and it's honest, except my mouse isn't moving again. Sorry, my mouse is just stuck.
Right, I'm sorry, Penny, but I'm just gonna make, well, Where'd Penny go? Penny's got booted. Penny! Oh well, I can do this without her. She clicked the duck.
My apologies for that.
Where did Penny go?
So I'm shaking my tracker ball, and I accidentally caught a button, and I think it went backwards, and I couldn't find where I was going, so I just ended up having to reload.
Right.
And apparently now we've got 59 new chat messages. Right, what was I doing before I went?
Reading the catch up on chat.
That's
And
right.
then you said there was a good example.
I hope
don't know.
that's telling me how many chat messages there are and not how many new ones. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. Right. So, hi Octal, says East Coast. Dale says, looks brilliant, Tasha. And then Teresa says, I think Tasha's doing extremely well. Wouldn't be able to tell she's new at it. Awesome job, Tash. Penny clicked the duck. Right.
Did she go quack quack at the same time? That's what I want to know.
Oh, do you know what? I was watching there's a channel that I like watching called, I think it's called D Train.
Yeah.
And what he's essentially done is he scales in 1 to 72 scale, and he's basically made up this fictional country. And he goes on about all of the military operations that they're doing. And, he's got like a Vulcan, and he's changed all the decals and things. It's quite interesting. And he did, the title of his video that I watched yesterday was Operation Red Duck. It's like Black Buck, but not quite so far.
Right.
Well, it made me giggle anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that just moved a little bit.
Too scared with this one. Yeah, it's on, and I'm not moving it. Sod it. It's staying however it is.
Does it look anything vaguely like this one? You're working on that side, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm probably doing the opposite.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. It's the
And
same.
I'm not moving it.
No, that's
I
fine
don't
then.
dare. It's so
So when you
tiny.
do, so there's a little trick for you. If I position that, let's say I positioned that 2 millimeters too far to the right. When I come to do the other one, I'm going to purposely position that one 2 millimeters out. So although they're both wrong, if you have one right and one wrong, it's going to stick out.
Yeah.
If you do one wrong, do the opposite side wrong as well.
Fine.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but they're probably not in line with each other though.
Listen, we're talking 1 to 72 scale tanks here. Who's to say that Airfix haven't actually got it wrong and you've put it in the right place? I mean, I don't even know if yours is wrong, but if I've placed it not quite as Airfix has told me, how do I know Airfix haven't got it wrong?
True.
There you go.
That
right.
one's on.
Octal says hi East Coast. Smithsby says no, I'm Teresa. I'm sorry.
Mike, did you have a sex change or something without me knowing?
Teresa says I didn't know I had multiple personalities. Well, I'll tell you what, I had an ex-lodger I think is in that category.
Right.
Have we scared Ron off?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Ron?
He's probably gone off to find an interesting channel to watch.
I don't know. I'm backwards, so I'm on like time delay on laptop.
Says I have the moobs.
I'm glad he can take a joke.
Oh, we know Mike can take a joke, don't we?
Yeah. Oh my God. How do I know where it is on the other side?
I know he's quite often been spoken to in a way that's made all of us go, and he's just gone, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, if you take a look at Mike, he'd have to take it, wouldn't he?
How come there's three? Where does the third one go?
One on each side and one on the front.
Front?
Yeah, front.
I thought, huh?
Well, yeah, because the tank has 6 sides, doesn't it? Left, right, front, back, top and bottom.
Okay.
I think the one on the front reads, if you are reading this, get out of the way, you're about to get run over.
Yeah, but it looks like it's at the back with number 52 on the box. Not unless I'm reading it wrong.
Don't even know where 52 is. You mean 53?
Could be 53, but I can see 52.
53 is the colour call out.
Huh? No, number 6 and then number 3 at the back.
No, I put this one on upside down.
It's alright, mine might go upside down just to be different. Taking it out, should be ready now. Ron, where did you go? Oh mate, can't get it. Right. Sorry, I've got egg cup near me.
What?
Ron's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I wasn't seeing things.
No, I just said I went for a break. I went for a fag quickly before I.
Oh yeah, sorry, Penny. I might have showed one on the live.
It's all right. I was saying earlier on when you disappeared.
Yeah.
if you were because these two decals we're doing now, they go opposite each other.
Yeah, yeah,
And what I've told her to do is, if say for example you got the first one, say a millimeter or two too far to the left,
yeah,
you actually place the second one incorrectly to match the first one
yes,
to even it up. So although they're both wrong, if you had one that was right and one that's wrong, it will stick out.
oh yeah, definitely.
But again, it won't matter if it's slightly out unless you're going to be showing this as a competition at Telford.
Yeah,
I'm putting that in as a disclaimer because if she goes to Telford and puts her tank in and she doesn't win, she
Yeah.
now can't turn around and say, well, Penny said I'd win.
yeah, yeah.
You think that's added quite a lot to the tank?
I don't know.
I think it's just added a dimension to it.
Are you the same?
I don't think there's actually any decals on the turret at all.
No?
I think all of the, they all go on the,
I'm sure one goes on the back and not the front.
yeah, but all of the decals are going on this bit. Right. I have the moves. East Coast says, be in the Greg's queue, getting bagged before they. Oh, do you do that? What do they call it? Too good to go.
Oh, I love that site, but I haven't used it in a while though.
For me, the best one, it's a toss up between Morrison's and Greg's. Because in
Greg's is a lot better though.
Greg's, you just get loads of pastries and sandwiches and things, but with Morrison's, you get like a big old massive. You know the boxes that loaves of bread come in.
Yeah, yeah,
Fill that up full of food.
yeah.
The only thing I've done Morrison's Too Good to Go 3 times, and the only thing I've ever got that I didn't like was a jar of beetroot.
Beetroot.
Oh, can't stand it.
There you go. My back one's on.
Nice.
Don't know. It's approximately the same space.
Well, if you don't tell anyone it's wrong, they'll never know.
No.
Mm.
You can see that there. I've put PVA glue in there.
Yep.
And it's not clear as yet, but it'll clear overnight. So
yes. So you're making lenses with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. This is actual. It's actual clear plastic that I'm using.
Clear plastic. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I do is I put PVA glue in it so that it glues it together.
Yes.
And it sets it up quite nicely.
Hmm. Well, I was going to tell her that when she comes to doing the cockpit on an aeroplane. Unfortunately, there's not many clear parts on a tank, is there?
No. That's looking good, Zach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're approximately in the same place.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad, they're crap.
No.
Good news, I've done well.
No, I'll give you the good news first. There's only 5 more decals to do until we're finished.
Oh, great.
The bad news is they're the small ones.
Oh, I might shake on them.
Do you know what? I don't think now. Right. So we've been doing the big ones first, and I did pick on the big ones, but you're handling them with the brush. Look at the size of the tip of your brush, and you're manipulating that with big. I think you'll have more trouble with the big decals or the small brush than you will the small decals.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So I think what I've done is I've inadvertently done the hardest ones for you first.
Yeah, no, I don't.
So long as you stick to the rules of don't slide them off the paper, and you slide them off the paper onto the model. So let's do. I don't know if you can read it. Let's do the front.
Front?
Yeah.
I don't know which way.
Oh, I've got to figure out how to put these on now because.
Yeah, your front is where the barrel is looking towards you.
Yeah. So, have you done the other side? This one?
I've done that one and that one.
Lovely. Right. So that third one, we're going to place from how I've interpreted it.
It just looks like it's in the wrong place.
It's going to go round about there.
Oh, in the middle. I've got
Yeah,
it now. I
on the
worked it
upper
out.
bit.
Is it on that part?
Yes, a little
In
bit
there.
below, on the panel below the machine gun, which can't remember if you've got a machine gun anymore. I think your machine gun is in.
No, it went on holiday. It's been
Yes,
bombed this time.
yes,
Went to the carpet monster.
yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 parts that went there.
So
Good.
I think you're putting it on that panel just above where it starts to curve down. Do you want me to place mine and then you can see where I've placed mine?
Yes, just
And
so I understand it.
Now,
Sorry.
the reason I'm doing this middle one first is because there will be one either side. So if we place that bigger one first, you
Right,
can then place the other 2 based on the height of this middle one.
right. I'll cut it out ready, but I'm not sticking it in the water yet.
That's all right. So just give me 30-ish seconds.
No problem. No rush. I can't rush it.
No, don't rush it.
You can shoot.
I tell
I
you what,
wanted that thing to move, but it didn't move with that glue.
no. I've always said, like, the longer you can take to do a kit, the more value you've got out of it. What
Yeah.
we up to the 6th stream?
A what?
What is this, stream number 6?
Yeah.
So we've got 6 streams out of a £3.50 kit. I defy anyone to get better value than that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
No,
Not John.
it's great. Basically, it's costing me about 50 pence a stream in materials.
I still want to change them though. I'm not liking how bright they are.
It's all right. That's why we haven't stuck them on yet.
Oh yeah.
Once you stick them on, I mean, it'll still be possible, but once you stick them on, it will be harder. That is almost ready. That's what I would call al dente.
I probably stuck some of mine upside down.
Oh,
Sod it, I'll be different. I like being
if
different.
you have, who's going to notice?
No one. They're too small.
Personally, I think because you've done a good job on the washing and made it look a bit more realistic, I think that's going to pull attention away from any minor defects.
True.
It's all
I've
about
got one end darker than the other end. I thought sod it be different.
my decal is ready now. Oh, see, that's what happens when you rush.
Guess what, Paddy? Slow down.
Right, that's going to be a struggle to fit, Natasha.
Pardon?
That is going to be a struggle to fit.
Oh, great.
No,
I'll give it my go anyway.
it's okay. It's the key decal. This particular decal is slightly wider than the space they've given us, so this will actually be a good demonstration on why decal solutions are good. Right. So what I've done is I've pushed the decal right up to that little ridge.
Yeah, I see that ridge.
Frame.
So it's on the bottom of the ridge or top.
Come on, mouse key cursor. Right. Oh, it's what I'll do tonight or tomorrow. Right. So what I've done is I've pushed that decal as far as I can to the left. And there is a tiny bit that's just creeping up on the right. So what I'll do is I'll just dab off the excess. I'm not going to roll it yet. And I'm just going to push that end in as much as I can with the tip of my brush. I'm not going to get it exactly right, but I'm going to get it as good as I can. So can you see how it's just trying to creep up that little ridge? This is what we call a bod's job. It doesn't fit properly, so you just make it look like it was meant to be like that. Okay, And then once I'm happy, I can dab it again and then roll it. It's going to be quite difficult to roll because we can't get all the way to the left and right. So we're going to have to try and roll it up and down. Now, you are, unfortunately,
I hate it.
now you are likely to get a little bit of silvering there.
What does that mean?
Well,
Oh, bubbles.
Right in that corner,
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to push all of the moisture out.
right.
So you will get a little bit of a bubble.
Okay.
And that's where your decal solutions are going to make it a winner. Because what this decal solution is, it will soften the decal, help it conform to irregularities.
Okay.
So remember I'm using a decal solution. So if you look at mine and you look at yours and mine comes out better, it's because of the decal solution, not because you're useless. But I'm just going to put a little dab in there.
Lower.
If you still can't get it out, you can get a pin or the very tip of a blade of a knife and just poke a hole in it. And then that helps. If you've got an air bubble like that and you poke a hole in the middle, you can then push the air out through the middle. That was exaggerated, but it's difficult because it's such a small model. They've made it simpler, but because of its size of it, the tininess actually makes it harder.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, the same rule applies. Just do your best.
Yeah.
So long as you're happy, so long as it's the best effort you can make, then that's all we need to worry about. So that's what I've come up with. And that might be a little bit too high. It might be a little bit too low. It's just my interpretation of the box art. It's not a million miles out if it's wrong, is it?
No.
No, not really, no.
But, you know, I'm following the rule of I'm happy.
It's to dry now, unfortunately. This is rather frustrating, but it's okay.
Oh, let's put you on big now because we're all watching you, Natasha. Not to put any pressure on you.
No, she's doing well.
Yeah, I think she's doing very well.
Yeah. For a first timer, definitely good.
And you're applying that decal now much faster than the first one, which suggests to me you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So the next one, do you want to do the left one, the one to the left or the one to the right first?
I don't know how I'm going to do the right one because it's so tiny.
You'll do it. Well, honestly, don't worry about it. We'll come to that. Right. So which one do you want to do first, left or right?
Tiny one. Sod it. I want to give it a go.
Okay. So the one on the bottom, which is going to go to the right. Right. Now, I don't know how well you can see this, but because of the scale of it, it looks like a musical note to me. You've got like a circle with a little line going up.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to do my usual trick of just cutting the number off because I don't like having the number.
I always cut the number off. I don't want it there.
But you wait till you get a number 13 stuck on Monty's forehead. And then you'll go, I wish I cut that number off now. It's just they float off and you can't find them. And then you get to about 15 decals later and suddenly it decides, I'm going to stick to that decal.
Yeah.
Always the way.
Always the way. So obviously what's going to help you keep that the right way round is I've got my decal sheet this way. I've cut it. I've not repositioned it, I've just plonked it straight in, and then I'm going to pick it up this way, and it should theoretically stay the same way.
Well, mine's upside down.
If you
You want to see all the millions of
know,
details I'm going to put on there.
yeah, oh god, yeah, but no, if you know it's upside down, that's fine. If you twist it, then turn it, then flip it, then turn it, you lose track of where you are.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm suggesting that is going in about the if you divide that section into 4, it'll go in the second section. Just slightly, well, the right hand side of the decal is going to be touching about the middle. That's the way I'm interpreting the instructions.
Yep.
But you've also got a ridge there, down near the bottom. And
Yeah.
it'll kind of line up with that. Right, are you ready for this? So this is the way I'm going to do it, because it's very, very small. You can either do it this way or find another way. So I'm going to slide my paintbrush underneath. I'm going to push it to the edge, so it's just ever so slightly overlapping. Then I can bring my paintbrush in and I can roll it. And it really doesn't want to do. Now it's being what? See, it's starting to turn, and that's when it's going to be danger of being placed upside down. Right, so I'm going to start again. So long as it's on that wet paper, it's not going to dry up. I'm going to try. There we go. There we go. So I've now got it on the end of my brush. Okay. And now I can place it with the tip of my brush, like so. And then I roll the paintbrush away. I'm not worrying about it. See, it's gone on crooked, but it's on there. Once it's on there, then I can start tippy-tappy, position it exactly how I want it. Tiny, tiny tip-tap. And that's how I placed it. So with my cotton bud, Q-tip, couple of little dabs just to remove the excess. Tiny, tiny taps. And then I can roll it. I say roll it from the middle, but it's so small. It's you're probably going to roll the whole thing in one go. I think that shifted a little bit, so I'm going to put a bit more water on it. Try and move that back. And it's just being very gentle. You're caressing it. Okay. That's how I did that one. I mean, obviously, if you want to just slide it on like, oh, hang on. Do you know, I'm going to do it now. Bear with me a sec, guys. Switch my tracker ball off. It's just where the tracker ball is. It just needs to put. I just need to push it out, and I kind of cheat. I just use paint thinner, because I use homemade paint thinner, which has got alcohol in it. So I'm basically just cleaning it out with an alcohol solution, and it doesn't take long, and it needs doing, say, maybe once a month. And obviously, because it's alcohol, it evaporates very quickly. I bet you that will work perfectly. It started working because I was having trouble this morning with it. And I eventually came to the conclusion that it needed new batteries. So I changed the batteries and it started working fine. And I thought, oh, lovely, that's what it is. But it started playing up again. So the only thing I've got left is to clean it. But 9 times out of 10, when I start having problems, it's because of dust or muck on this ball. I do like trackables because they're a bit more precise, but because you're constantly touching the ball, it gets more grease on it than if you're using a mouse.
Mm.
Right, let's see if that's done anything. Please fix it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's working lovely. We'll see how long that works for. Oh, hang on. No, it's gone again. I think I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned wired mouse. I've got a feeling it's because it's where the dongle is.
Could be.
Yeah, and I think because I've got 2 10-port USB port things, and I think one of them is having trouble because I had the monitor plugged in there, it's having no end of problems. And the one on the left, I think it's too much in between. I think it's just having trouble read the signal. It's working now. In a minute, it'll stop working. Right. Smith B says, looking at how good Natasha is doing, the next live will be titled Newbie Teaches Teacher How to Make Models.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that. You have really picked it up, Natasha. That actually looks excellent. What do you think, Ron?
Brilliant.
I don't think we can fault that.
I'll turn around and say one thing is she's actually outdoing you, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Put a spanner in the works. Come on, Tash.
No, I got no problems you saying that. It means I'm doing my job well.
No, she's doing very, very well. I mean, for a newbie at the end of the day, it's very, very good. I mean, it's important, the fact being that people don't realize that newbies have to be taught.
Yes, yes. Right, so what we want to do now is get the number 52, not the PL. You'll see that you've got 2 52s and one
Yep.
got a yellow blob next to it.
Right. Are them two attached together then?
No, they're not attached together.
Oh.
But you want the 52 on its own.
Right, okay.
You might need to be a little bit careful because when you cut to the left of the 52, you run the risk of slipping and cutting through the other decal. But like I say, keep saying, just do your best. And it's got one of those pesky numbers on it, so you know what I'm going to do, don't you?
I already cut mine off.
Have you? Oh, you're cutting numbers off now, are you?
I've always cut them off.
You said you don't cut them off.
I do. I've done it. I learnt to do it on that one.
Okay.
I just randomly cut the numbers off.
I thought you said you don't mind if Monty has a 13 on his forehead.
Nope, didn't have a 13. I have no numbers or nothing on mine. Not even on the plane I did. My first one.
Well, what I'll say about this little palette, it's all right. It's okay. But I don't think it warrants paying £10 for it when you could just easily use a saucer of water.
Yeah.
I mean, my previous one, which I seem to have moved, I've got one of those little Hobby Boss. It's like a truck with a grill on it.
Yeah.
And that's done me well for a long time. But this is very good. It's okay. I've got absolutely no issues with it, but it cost me like £50. Is it worth paying? Is it £10.50 better than a saucer of water? I don't think so.
No.
And
it's not worth it.
A saucer or a plate, or on a Friday night on payday, treat yourself to a takeaway, Chinese takeaway, and it comes with a free decal tray.
Yeah.
And it's effectively free because the money you've paid is for the contents of and of course it also comes with a little dish as well. See, I've always said, don't go down Poundland and buy these trays. Just eat loads of Chinese takeaways. Well, see, that's where I'm lucky because when I'm in London, I mean, I get paid a meal allowance, but the hotel doesn't provide meals. So
All
we
right.
buy a lot of things in trays.
Yeah.
And the Chinese, they do a rather nice special fried rice for £7.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think for London rates is quite reasonable.
It's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. And it comes in a plastic container.
Very good, that.
So by the time I spent 3 weeks in London, I've got 10 or so plastic containers. They don't always have special fried rice. But you see, I've always been one of these people that if I go into Poundland or something, I'll look at something and I'll go, what can I use that for?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think that's when you know the difference between a crafter and an ordinary person, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you need those baskets for? Well, they'd be very good for putting parts in.
Yeah.
I've always been good at buying stuff, and I've got a little toiletries bag with all my bits and bobs in.
Yeah.
And, I struggle because, you know, your shampoo bottle is this big and your conditioner is this big, and that
Yeah.
fits in the bag and that one doesn't. So I was looking for empty bottles to decant everything into,
Uh-huh.
and I was looking on eBay. I found the perfect bottle, and they come in packs of 6, and it's something like 20 quid for 6 empty bottles.
Wow.
And I'm like, but I can go and buy a bottle of original source shower gel for £1,
Yeah.
and it even comes with shower gel.
Yes.
So yeah, I've got all of these reused shower gel bottles,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, surprising how many people don't think like that, isn't it?
No, they don't.
Especially these younger kids, they just throw everything away.
Yeah.
And then they moan at us oldies because we don't recycle properly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? I remember when they hadn't invented plastic bags and we used to get cola in glass bottles.
Yeah. Yeah.
10p back on a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And milk came in glass bottles, which we used to have to rinse out to give back to milkmen.
Yeah.
And we didn't all have cars back then.
Nope.
See, I don't particularly love decaling, but I do love the result.
Yeah.
But I do think that that red background on the 52, given that this is a tank that's supposed to be blending in with the jungle, it is bright, isn't it?
It is a bit, but then again, by the time they've actually got onto it as such, and you look at it, it ends up, you know, much dirty sort of thing as well. So
Yeah. This is why we weather over the decals, not underneath. I cannot get that 52 exactly as I want it. I can get it right, but as soon as I touch it with the cotton bud, it moves. There we go. I'm happy.
I got the access round the edge.
Oh, yours looks really good, Natasha. Do you want to come round and finish mine off? Right. So we've got 2 more decals to do.
good.
And in my opinion, these 2 are going to be easier than the ones on the front. How does that make you feel, Natasha?
Pardon?
In my opinion, the 2 that we've got left are going to be easier than the 2 that we've just put on the front. How does that make you feel?
I'll give it my shot.
They're the same size decals, but we haven't got these awkward places to put them in. The last 2 decals are going on to flat areas.
Right.
And that J is going to be very easy because you're going to butt it. You see on the back, you've got that little bit that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we can just butt that J or that musical note up against it. And that'll be perfect placement.
Does it go on it to the left or does it go on the actual?
To the left.
Oh, next to it.
Hang on a sec.
I thought it was on it, but to the edge.
No, I'm trying to move me up, but I've just switched this all around. Right. So you see that square there? You see that square there?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It looks like the J is going there.
Hang on, I'm on a delay.
Okay. So you're basically going to push the J onto there, and then you're going
Right.
to push it up against that square there.
Oh, so it's right on the edge of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that will be the hardest of the two decals that we've got left to do. But you've already done one of those on the front. It's that one on the right.
Right.
So I think this J is going to be easier. I'm calling it a J, but
It looks like a J.
easier than that one, in my opinion. Which may not be worth much. My mouse is stuck again.
Right, it's just got to go next to the box.
I am trying to switch our camera views, but there we go. Right, so that is the penultimate decal. And
I
then
don't want to put you off, Penny, but I think Tasha's done a lot better than you expected.
yes. Oh no. Right. So if you'd have asked me how, before we did all of this live streaming, how well she'll do, then yes, she's done a lot better than I expected. But obviously I've been working with her over a number of streams, and I've got to the point now I'm really not shocked at how well she's done.
Mm.
Because she's taken well to absolutely everything.
Yeah.
You ready, Natasha? Or are you waiting for me to put mine on first?
Yes, I know where it goes because I'm not sure.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Right, so I'm just waiting for mine to wet up.
When I take mine out, I'll just leave it to soak more. I put it on the cutting board thing and leave it there.
That's absolutely fine. So actually, the only bit of decal solution I've used it twice. Once I tried out the decal fix and then gone, nope, never again. And the second one was just to get round that little edge. It's a bit disappointing that that decal is a bit too big, but there you go. It's a gift set. What are you expecting for a retail price of 10, 11 quid?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say it's a very good kit, even at full price. I'd pay full price for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, because it's a very small one, just like last time I had a small one, I'm going to pick this off. It's far too big for me to slide on. If I had 3 arms, I'd probably do it.
Yeah, at times you do.
Oh,
I'm just on a bit of a delay, Penny, with laptop, so I will catch up.
fine. That's fine. I genuinely, I mean, how many times have you needed a 3rd arm? But you never need a 4th arm, do you?
No.
There is times that it has come upon myself and such.
But I think life would be fantastic with 3 hands, but I think we can do without the 4th.
Yeah.
Mind you, all these people that make these 3rd arms, they'd all be out of business, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Because everyone would be going, what do I need a 3rd arm for? I've already got one. Right. That's going to be a little bit difficult to do with a cotton bud.
Yeah.
So just go very, very gentle. Imagine you're just comforting your budgies. Your
I
budgies.
always comfort my little birdies. Oh, so it's going on the box, but right to the edge.
No, it's not going on the box. It's touching the box, but it's not going on the box.
Got you now.
So when you tap that with your cotton bud, just imagine your budgie's very ill. In fact, that's a little bit low.
Right.
There we go. So just imagine your budgie's very ill and you're just giving a pat on the head.
Okay.
Very, very gentle. Very slight contact. There we go. Can you see where I've done it?
Yeah.
It's touching the box, but it's not on the box. I still think that's a bit low. I look at it from one angle, it looks perfect. I look at it from another and I'm not happy with it. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks right.
It may
Yeah,
not be right, but it looks natural, doesn't it?
yeah.
Right.
Not much more I can crack on with now because I've got to wait for bits to dry, and it's like waiting for.
Yeah. So the question is, Natasha, before we began this stream,
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard did you think decals would be?
Quite hard, especially with shaky hands, because it.
Right. A
But
7,
I'm doing as
7
best
or
as
an
I
8,
can.
maybe?
Pardon?
A 7 or an 8, maybe?
Yeah.
Right. So now that you've actually applied decals, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think it is?
It's a little lower.
Right.
But with tiny ones, I do tend to struggle.
That's fine. I think you just need to do more of them. You just need the confidence to go. I mean, I'll confess, when I did that first one picked out with a paintbrush, I'm thinking, oh my God, please don't go wrong. I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm on a live stream. Don't go wrong. When I did the second one, I was more thinking, yeah, this will work. It worked last time. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing you can do is sit there saying to someone in front of 11 viewers and 2 people on your panel, oh,
Yeah.
it's so easy. This is what you do. Oh, no, it's gone wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So when my mouse key starts working again, why is that doing that? Do you know what? I've just moved my trackball to the left of the desk. I think it's how far it is from the little infrared.
Probably, yeah. It might be the
Probably.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It looks all right there. That looks
Sure.
brilliant, Tash.
Neil says Brill Tasha. Caitlin
Yeah.
says hello all. Teresa says hello, Caitlin. I bet they're in the same room as each other, aren't they? Saying hello on the internet. Mike says I'm not old enough to remember. Caitlin says yes, you are, Dad. East Coast UK says hi, Caitlin. East Coast. Oh, it's the same one twice. Right, so we've got one more decal left, and what I'll tell you, if you can't read the letters, the yellow is up on the left of the red.
Right, okay, and that's all in one
Yes,
decal.
it's 2 decals together.
Right,
They are
okay.
one decal. It's
Right.
obviously Polish because it says PL on it.
Ah, I didn't know it meant that.
No, it looks like you stick the little country codes on the back of your cars.
Yeah.
UK or D or F. PL is Poland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Learn something new every day.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I mean,
Well, I'm going to go because I need to get my medication done now.
not a problem. Thanks ever so much for joining us, Ron.
No, thank you.
Ron.
Just keep up the good work. That's all I can say is keep up the good work. You're doing brilliant.
She is.
Thank you.
For the first time, I am totally gobsmacked. I'm blown away with it, honestly.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a nice evening, and I will see the end result.
Yes, you will. Take care.
Take care now.
Look after yourself, Ron.
I will definitely. Bye now.
Bye.
Yeah, so what I'll also say, Tasha, is obviously I'm going to say you're doing well because I'm here to encourage you. People like Teresa and Mike, they'll say well done because they're your friends. But if you look, everybody in chat is saying it.
Yeah.
People in
Well,
chat don't have to.
no, no.
Right, so when we place that,
It's going to be a pain.
no, it's going to go, it's about,
It's right on the top of it, isn't it?
no, it's actually going to sit on top. I'm going to call that a mud flap. It's not a mud flap, but imagine that as a mud flap. It's just going to sit above the mud flap.
Above it.
It might be, well, it's some kind of cover, but it looks a bit, if you painted that black, it'd look like a mud flap.
Yeah.
That's why I'm calling it. I'm just trying to sort of simplify the names. Well, you do it anyway, don't you?
Yeah. It's like I don't call any of these models what they're actually called. I just say
No.
tank, plane, car. It's just what it's easier for my head.
Well, it's like I said on a stream earlier on, someone had put on their defect card for the bus.
Yeah.
The winkers aren't working, which means indicators. I think the engineer went, "What the bloody hell is this?" And he goes, "You knew what I meant, didn't you?" Right, so we've got DS models in the house.
Hello.
Hello. Right, hi East Coast. I'm home with Mom until possibly Thursday. Hi DS models. Hi Teresa. Hi East Coast. Night Ron says DS models. Night Ron says Teresa. Looking good, Tasha says Caitlin.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. What I meant by that, Teresa, is that you could be forgiven for thinking you're saying that because you're friends and friends encourage each other. When you've got other people that don't have to say that and they're saying it, it's just testimony that she's good. It also backs up that we are saying it because we think she's good, not because we're just being nice. DS Models has been here all night, LOL.
Hi, DS. Don't know if I said it to you earlier.
Well, doesn't hurt to say more than once, does it?
No, of course not.
So this is going to be the hard bit, is holding the model and trying to position the decal.
See, I don't hold the model. I just leave it to stand still and then I slide it on and then I work with it.
Yeah. See, this is why, with respect, I slightly disagree with Ron. I'd be looking to use a bigger brush because it will hold that decal. But like, as you can see, I can do it with a small brush. But it's just that there's a lot more floating on the edges of the brushes. And then I'll just roll that on. Whoops, slipped, but it doesn't matter. Look, I've had a little slip there.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll just wet the area and I'll just move that into position. But your best friend here, I think, is the very tip of your paintbrush and just push that into place.
Done it. Building with the boys are in.
Hello, building with the boys.
Just what I say while you're constantly
Just to fly and
fighting.
visit, stopping by to say hello. You are welcome to fly anytime you like to wherever you want to fly to.
Well, I've got 11 budgies, so they could help flying.
Well, you could fly. Do you think if you tied them all together, you could actually fly?
I wish.
Pulling you. Oh, that slipped.
I would end up taking all 11 to annoy Mike.
Yeah. And I think Teresa'd be sitting there loving it. Because she does love your birds, don't she?
Yeah.
Right. That's my last decal done. And that is a little tiny bit high. But that's me being a perfectionist. I mean, if you want to stick yours on upside down and say you're happy with it, that's absolutely fine.
Nah. Mine's on.
Yep. Right, and then what you want to do is give that a good bit of time, at least overnight.
Yeah.
Before you do anything with them. Now, ideally, once they're dry, you will put a layer of varnish over the top, and that will seal those decals in. If you did knock something against that, you do run the risk, even once they're properly set. But, you know, that's fine. And I really like those decals, apart from the fact that there's obviously a slightly shiny surface.
Yeah.
And do you know what? My first decal is silvered.
Probably mine will by morning.
Well, it's simply because I haven't rolled the water out enough. But it's a good education because I've explained to you what happens, but you haven't actually seen it. But I mean, it's fixable.
Yeah, I think I've got one on.
Can you see in the
Left.
middle there? There's two little silver spots.
Yeah, I've got quite a one in one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But on
So what I
Newbie.
would do with that is I will probably get a needle and I'll just poke it in the middle of the silvering bit, and I'll just pop the decal solution over it.
Yeah.
And it'll sort that. It's not the end of the world. But obviously at the moment you've got no decal solutions. If you
No.
now went out on the basis of these last few streams,
Yeah.
if you went out and said, yeah, right, okay, based on the streams, I want to buy this and I want to buy that, it's a lot to buy. When you find yourself needing just one thing, it's a lot easier. That I don't know what to think of that. I once got bitten by a lovebird. It punctured through my thumbnail and it was horrendous.
I bet, because
Really?
lovebirds are bigger
Really?
birds.
That's not really love, is it? I love you so much, I'm going to puncture your thumbnail.
Well, see, mine can look at me mean. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to go bite me in a minute.
It is funny when when the cats look at me angry because they're upset because I've just told Shadow off this morning. Really did tell him off, and he wasn't happy. Remember I told you yesterday that Spirit jumped up on the shelf and knocked my Eddie Stobart off the shelf?
Yeah.
Shadow knocked my Spitfire off the shelf this morning.
Wow.
Oh, I was very angry at him. Because he's an adult and he should know better.
Yeah.
Is what I said to him. Right. Oh, sorry, we haven't finished yet, have we?
I don't know.
So we're
Yeah.
having trouble with the tracks, aren't we?
Yeah, they're annoying me.
Right. So ever so simple, we'll repaint them.
Yeah.
But what we'll do. Oh, what have I done with my paints? There they are. Right. So what we'll do is we'll take our 53.
53? Is that black?
That's the gunmetal, which is
Oh,
the colour that we painted the tracks.
yeah.
And what we'll do is we think it's too light, so we'll darken it a little bit. It's a simple
Okay.
that. So Pop, you're not going to need a massive amount, so maybe put, say, one brush full into. I'm going to have to thin and mix that because that's I think I've been lucky because virtually all of my Airfix Starter Set paints have been needing work on them, but not a single one of them has been dead.
Yeah, I struggle with this greyish one.
What
So I have to always stir it when I'm using it.
Yeah, but this is what happens is they when they're manufactured and they pour the paint in, and then it goes on to a shipping container and it takes months and months to get to England, and then it then gets passed on to the retailer reseller, and then it sits on their shelf for however long, and in all that time the paint separates, and if that lid isn't completely airtight, the actual carrier medium evaporates and you're left with the paint. So all we're doing is we're just replacing the carrier medium that has evaporated. I'm cheating and I'm using my thinners, but water will do the job. The only trouble with using water is that the paint will be prone to splitting a little bit more. Because I've made thinner that's got alcohol in it, and it's got retarder medium, and it's got a little touch of I've forgotten what it's called, flow improver, which is basically at a very basic level, it's washing up liquid. It just changes the surface tension a little bit, and that's why it doesn't split so easily. Right, I'm going with that because I'm going to have to thin it in the palette anyway. So I'm just going to get a little bit into my palette and I'm going to put it in a clean section. Like that. And then into another section on a palette, we're going to put some black.
Right.
And the reason we're going to put the black into a separate section is because it will become more controllable. We'll
But how
take
much
a little
black
bit
am
of
I
the black.
putting in?
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of the black and then add it to the gunmetal. We'll mix it. And then if we think, oh, that's not dark enough, we'll take a little bit more black and add it to the gun medium. We'll keep adding.
Right.
If it gets too dark, we're going to have to add gunmetal, which is a lighter color. So you're going to need more light color to lighten it than you need dark color to darken it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. So it's much easier to have two separate palettes and add one, or two areas on your palette. I'm going to close that because I don't want to get paint in it. And I'm going to guess that we're going to want possibly 1 part black, 4 or 5 parts gunmetal. We only want to darken it a little bit, and black is quite effective at darkening it. And it won't be quite so metallic-y. I always do that. Every time I shut the lids, it sprays everywhere.
So I'm going to have to pick it up.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of the black and I'm going to mix that into the gunmetal. Can you see how it's gone darker?
Yeah.
Is that dark enough? Possibly not. So we'll get a little bit more black. We'll just keep adding the black until we get a color that we like. That's a little bit thick. So I'm going to have to add a touch of water or thinner. I really shouldn't be using this pot because 1 drop is quite a lot. But and then what I'm going to do, we're very lucky with the tracks because half of the tracks won't be seen once they're glued on.
Yeah.
Let me show you. So you'll see that top bit of that track. We won't see that. So that's a really good area to test on.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that's dark enough. You can't see it, can you? So I'll add a lot more black. Whoops. I might actually need a lot more black. I might need like 50-50 on this. Actually, I like the black pot more. Hello, is that rubbing up against my leg? Oh, that's a bit better. That's much better, isn't it? What do you think? Like that, Sasha?
Hey?
Like that? Yeah. I'm actually not, not paint. Oh, I've got assistance now. I'm not going to be able to paint straight because somebody is rubbing against the top of my paintbrush. There we go.
Always the way.
Always the way. It's that time of night. I've had a little nap. Now I need fuss. Now, you do realise I can't see through your body. Don't know if you're aware of that fact, Shadow. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. I think it's just taken a lot of that shine off, isn't it?
Yeah, mine has.
So you like that little idea of mixing your own paints?
Yeah, if I got the right colours and
Yeah, you've got to
understand
build
what
colours
mixes
up.
what.
You're doing what you can with 3 colours at the moment.
Yeah.
But black's always going to be a colour you'll have because it goes with everything. Right, where are we up to? Teresa says hi, Building with a Voice. Building with a Voice says hi, Teresa. Oh, good one, Caitlin. It's a love bite. Building with a Voice, got to go. Have a good evening, all.
Bye.
Teresa says, Oh, no, don't put your feet in my paint, will you? Right, so unfortunately, this is my painting position possibly for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal, but I think I'll manage. If I can just not move this arm too much, he'll use it as a pillow.
Yeah.
Then leaves my right arm free to do whatever I want. This is life with an animal, I'm afraid. So yeah, Caitlin says there's a problem with the stream. We haven't done our live stream football chat. Yeah, that's a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm liking it darker.
Yeah. It's not something you have to do, guys. If you were happy with the original color, then keep the original color. But Natasha, well, both Natasha and myself have decided we think those tracks are a little bit too silvery.
It's like going in the war with it. Hello, here I am.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, if you're fighting in the jungle, you're not going to go, I can't see her, because I'm going to put a light on. Oh, I'm too far up now, aren't I? Shall we move a bit, Shadow, so that people can see what we're doing? It's a good job I'm not using lacquer paints. It's not Shadow. Why do you come up for a cuddle and then pull away when I kiss you? Huh? Yeah, I like that a lot. I haven't altered the colour that much, but just enough. As an alternative, what you could have done was painted all of the tracks black and then really, really thin the gunmetal and just keep applying layers until you're happy. So you actually kind of go an opposite. You're making it too dark and then brightening it.
Yeah.
But this is probably an easier way to do it.
To my head, that yes. It can only store so much.
Yeah, there's the difference between my two tracks. The one on the left has just been painted with a darker colour, and the one on the right is the original. It's not a massive difference, but I think it's just enough.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, what I could do is get weathering powders and pigments and bits and bobs, and I could do a really good job on it, but we haven't got any of those. So we've just got to make do with what we can. So as you can see, we can do a good job with very basic tools, but the other tools that are out there will just make the job easier. Reminds me a little bit of, I knew this guy, very, very good pool player. And we had this kid come in once.
Yeah.
He was giving it all, oh, I'm so good at pool. And this guy, he goes, I could beat you with a broom handle. And this guy, he's quite a quiet. He don't brag about how good he is. He just plays, and because this kid took him on, and so he went right. So he got a broom handle and he stuck a snooker tip on the end of it, and he beat him. Best of 7 frames. He beat him. I think it was 4-1.
Yeah.
This kid was not happy. But you know, if you're going to start shooting your mouth off and saying I can do this, you know, you better back it up.
True.
Better be able to back it up.
There we go. Mine's done. It looks darker.
You're happy with it?
Yeah.
Good. I'm a little bit behind you on this one, mainly because I've got a cat's tail up my nose.
Yep, that doesn't matter.
No.
There's no time scale on rushing it, is there?
But do you know what? I do moan sometimes about shadow coming up on the desk and interrupting my modelling time, but I don't think I'd have it any other way.
Well, at least he's not trying to lick your bloody glue and try and
Oh,
drink your
I
paint water.
still can't believe that. So the benefit of those that don't know, yesterday Spirit was, first of all, she was trying to drink my paint water, which was a murky greeny black colour, and then she's licking the bottle of my Tamiya Extra Thin.
Yep. That was off stream, that wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully it wasn't open. I don't know if she probably wouldn't have drunk it if it was open because of fumes, but right. How are you feeling? Do you want to do any more to the model? Are you happy to call it done?
I'm happy to call mine done as a first
Right.
practice.
So all we need to do now then is glue the tracks back on once the paint is dry. Are you happy with the colour of the tracks?
Yeah, they look a bit darker, don't they?
I quite like mine because I've kind of varied the tone.
Yeah, I didn't vary it. I just went for it.
A bit varied. East Coast says crazy cat. So once you're happy that paint is dry, we'll glue the tracks on. I really like that. Once the decals are on, it's really nice.
I'm trying not to pick it up with near the decals.
Yeah, nice. The decals are probably all right to handle. It's just that if you got another model and you bash the two together, you could scratch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think right from the first stream we produced something nice, and then each stream it's got a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what mine's going to look like with the tracks on.
I can't remember which way they go because I worked it out, didn't I?
You've got a big hole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It goes at the front.
It's a half circle that goes at the front. Right.
Yeah,
so whenever you're ready, once that paint on the tracks is dry, all we need to do is put a tiny blob of glue on that post, those 3 posts, and that back one.
Is it only to go on the glue to go on the front bit and the back bit?
Well, you can do the front and the back, but those 3 posts there are going to go. If you look inside the tracks, you got 3 circles.
Oh, I never saw them.
Yeah, you can be forgiven that they're punch marks.
Right.
I've just suddenly forgotten the word. You get circles in where they, and it's very annoying if they put them in a place where you can see.
Yeah.
But these circles actually look deliberate.
Yeah.
And it's where. Now, what we should do is either have avoided painting these pegs or scrape them out.
I haven't painted inside it.
No, that's fine.
I painted outside.
Glue sticks to plastic, not to paint. But this glue and a few others, it actually strips paint off. So we can get away with it. It's only a beginner kit anyway. So I'm going to use the poly cement today, which I'm not going to use because it's stuck. Right, so ignore that idea. But I think this will strip the paint off as well. So be careful, be quite precise where you apply it. So remember, we always do the test fit first. We make sure it fits okay. Mine fits fine. And you'll have found that we have test fitted those tracks 20 times.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Test fitting 20 times is a lot better than not test fitting at all. Right.
Do I have to put glue on that knobbly knob bit?
Knobbly knob bit. I think I know what you're talking about, and the answer is yes.
Right, so I've got to do them knobbly knob.
Oh, I see. So yes, I personally would apply the glue to the peg rather than the holes in the tracks. I think that would be easier for you.
The holes?
Oh, right. So you've got 5 pegs there on the actual tank. and you've got 5 holes on the tracks,
Yeah.
I think it would be easier to apply the glue onto the pegs and
Right.
then bring the tracks onto the pegs.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I can't get into that one.
Is your lid glued on? Is your lid sealed on?
Lid stuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the drawbacks with those tubes.
Right, knobbly knob.
So, have you got the glue from your Jet Provost?
Yeah.
There you go. See if that one works. Now, I personally would be applying glue onto the cardboard and then applying it with a bit of cardboard like you did before. But if it works for you, it's fine. Right, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to resist the temptation to put the turret on, because that could put a little bit of pressure on the tracks until they're actually glued on. So it just means you got to wait a little bit longer before you finished your tank. But it's just looking better every stream, isn't it?
Yes.
Lovely. I'm really happy with that. And also means we can start a new one this week.
Oh God, which one were you thinking of?
Which one do you want to do?
I don't know. I've only plane in it.
I
One of the planes.
You'll find with a plane, a lot of the skills that you've learned doing this, you will use on doing an aeroplane, but there are other skills as well that you need that's quite specific for an aeroplane and not for a tank.
Yeah.
You'll be going over a lot of the skills you've already learned and then learning a few other things, which is why I would suggest doing a plane.
Don't mind.
But we'll do. Oh, you've done the turret as well. So, what do you think, guys?
And I've darkened a whole lot of the tracks, and it makes me feel better.
I tell you what I think of your tank. I think the winner of last year's Telford Best in Show is looking at this and going, oh Christ, I don't think I'm going to win that award many more than 5 or 6 more times. Right, and there's my tank.
Yay.
May not be the best tank out there, but you know what it's meant to be, and it looks all right, doesn't it? And the turret moves. I think that's lovely. If I bought that to someone as a gift, because it's a gift set, and they made it to that standard, I'd be, oh good, my money hasn't been wasted.
I'm happy with mine.
Good. That's all that matters, is the fact that you're happy. It's the only thing that matters. What do you guys all think? Plastic Alchemist, what do you think of Natasha's tank? He'll tell you the truth.
I'd rather the honesty and the truth than
Yes.
lies, to be honest.
Yeah, I think if we tell you something's terrible, you're the kind of person that'll go, right, okay, I'll try harder and get it better.
Mm.
And, you know, if we keep telling you it's wonderful, it's not. You're just going to keep producing models of that standard. So, can you think back over the last few streams? Can you think of any areas that you actually thought were quite easy? Any that you found quite difficult?
The decals, because I can't get them right, but that's shaky hands, but it still looks good. Paintwork I've got to learn, and the wash a bit more.
Yeah. It is difficult to do a wash with an acrylic paint on an acrylic with no varnish. So trust me, you've done really, really well. If we ever get you to the point where you're putting varnishes on and oil washers and you're blending them with cotton buds, you'll now look back and you'll go how hard that was. You can't appreciate how well you've done and how hard it was until you found an easier method to compare it against.
Yeah.
But you did it. So
That's the first one.
Yeah, do you know what? If that was the only 2 models I've ever made, I wouldn't be complaining. So there you go. I've already thought of one thing that we can do. We know you can do fiddly bits because you've been doing them on the tank, haven't you?
Yeah.
The next plane we do, we'll get you to do the undercarriage.
Oh God, I couldn't do that with this. It looked really complicated for my brain.
6 streams ago, you couldn't make a tank, could you?
No.
Right. So behave. Do as you're told.
Try.
There you go. Look, this is a comment that's coming up a lot. You both done great work. You wouldn't know Tash was new to modelling.
Thank you.
Plastic Alchemist, I've actually built one of those. Yeah, there's a lot of people, but isn't it a coincidence that Lidl's have been selling these for £3.50 and now they're popping up on YouTube all over the place? Crafty Chris says, well done, Tasha.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't fault you, Tasha. You've listened, you've taken the advice that other people have told you as well. You've now applied your style. And all we need to do now is just to get you to keep repeating things.
Yeah.
See, just about every single skill you've done there is new to you.
Yeah, and it takes a while to learn what is what, but remembering like wash and.
But it's like that decal, that small fiddly decal. I think it's about the 4th or 5th decal.
Yeah.
You actually applied that quicker and better than the first so-called easy decal, because that one there is the easiest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And these ones on the front are harder, but you seem to apply those ones at the front a lot more confidently than that first one, because that was your very first decal and you were worried about it going wrong, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now by the time you'd done that last fiddly one, you were all right with them, weren't you?
Yes.
So there you go. So it's all down to experience. It's not being skillful. So well, some of the skills are skills, but most of it is just knowing what to do and repeatedly doing it. Do you agree with that now?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Excellent stuff. Wonderbar. I'm happy. I'm happy with mine. I'm happy with yours. Yeah. And you've had next to nothing equipment.
Yeah, next to nothing. Still next to nothing, but I'm growing it slowly.
Yeah.
I'm just turning my camera around. It takes forever.
The channel should be called something like building awesome models on a budget.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and it's only taken us 2 hours and 43 minutes.
I wonder how long we've been at it all together.
Do you know what? We've been doing actual building about 1.5 to 2 hours a stream.
Yeah.
So 6 streams, about 12 hours, which actually that isn't too bad, because this is what you'd call a day or a weekend build. You could, if you sat down, you'd probably knock this out in a weekend or a day. Given it's your first time, you're probably looking at taking twice as long. So 12 hours worth of building.
Yeah.
So give it 2 or 3 more models, you'll be knocking that out in a day. This is actually, I don't want to sort of worry you or downplay, but these are the kind of things that some of the good modelers will be doing on a 1 hour challenge.
Oh God, no, I couldn't do that yet.
No, but I couldn't. Well, look at the struggle I had with the F-35 in 2 hours. and I had an airbrush, and I couldn't quite finish it. It was fun to try, but all I had to do was just get the wheels on, and I could have called that done to a standard. But so yeah, right. East Coast says hi, Chris, and Plastic Alchemist says it's all about trial and error.
Yep.
So the big question now is, if you did the Jet Provost again, would you do it differently?
The red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's bits I didn't even have. I've even got a clouded. What's that top thing called?
Oh, the canopy. Did you?
Yeah, the canopy bit. I've clouded that.
Yeah.
I didn't even put the men in.
I didn't even know you did that. So
well, I remember
learned...
before we started one together, you said, "Why don't you try one of the ones I didn't manage to get?" And that's what I did.
Yeah. No. But no, you've done well. But you've learned things. You've come out. I've still got a good result. But one thing you've learned is you don't use plastic cement for clear canopies, because what happens is it gives off fumes as it dries. If there's no way for the fumes to escape, they just sit in there, and then they end up clouding the canopy. If you're a bit careful, you can apply a canopy with a tiny drop of Tamiya extra thin, but the best way to stick a canopy on is with PVA glue. Because
I never thought of any of that.
No, but you won't do.
Nope.
That's why I'm actually really glad that you did it on your own without any help. Then you've learned all the pitfalls, but you've also learned how good you actually are, because you thought you were going to be totally useless, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you're actually pretty good. And it's all of our jobs to make you even better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy. Right. Anything else to talk about?
When we next live?
We are next live on Thursday, unless something happens. There is a small possibility that we might be a tiny bit late. I'm doing a course through Hobbycraft. I paid for a course, £10 for the course. It's an online course from 6:30 to 7:30 on Cricut Design Space. I just thought for 10 quid, if I might not learn much. I might be able to pick it all up myself, but if I just pick up one or two things for the sake of a 10, it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know how these courses go. Sometimes they run over. Half an hour between finishing a course and doing a stream. Might be cutting it a bit fine. But yeah, it'll be at 8 o'clock. We'll call it 8 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
So Plastic Alchemist says, if you want to have a decent result, it will be more than an hour. You'll need more than an hour. Yeah, true. If you're doing anything with a time limit, it's you always put yourself under pressure. And when you put yourself under pressure, mistakes get made. You never get your best work.
No, true.
I've noticed that when I've filmed my part works, if I'm like, I've got to get this done, I've got to get it filmed and put out on tomorrow, I end up rushing it and I end up not doing such a good job. So yeah, taking 12 hours to do a model that a lot of people can do in 2 or 3 hours just means you put 100% into it. Think what they could do in 12 hours if they took 12 hours.
Yeah.
So right. So next stream on Thursday. Not really anything new to tell you guys since yesterday. It's been 24 hours since we streamed. I've been doing a little bit of Lego, which I'm rather enjoying. There's so much light bounce for some reason, but that's the back end of a Concorde. And I'll switch my camera around. I do like switching my camera because then I can do naughty things off camera. Yeah.
Zoom and all.
Yeah. I really like that. It's and we've built the framework for the for the undercarriage. But it's this is actually rated at age 18 plus.
You can take full screen, by the way, Penny.
That's all right. I think I only need to put that on, and most people will be going, "Oh, is that Concorde?"
Yeah.
But it's actually really nice, and it's when I first seen it, I had considered buying it, but I saw it on the website, and it didn't really appeal to me that much. It didn't look that good. And then I was in the Lego shop in Stratford, and they had the built version of it. I'm like, I want that kit.
Be right back.
Yeah, no problems. Yeah, no, I did really like it, so I bought it. Right, possible DS Mod says night, everyone. You take care, Dave. You have a good evening. Say hello to those cats and that dog for me. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Well, I think we'll end the show there. As soon as she comes back, we'll end the show. I'll be a bit naughty. Still going to start on my LAN card. I was going to film the unboxing for my 32 scale Lancaster, and I ended up doing the Concorde. Oh, and I also went on to little history stream, and I ended up doing. I'm loving this. This is the Row Life London Tower, London Bridge, and it's really nice. And I think that's Connie was on as well, and she's got the Big Ben. Now I built the Big Ben. I've already shown it on my channel, and I said to her, I go, you'll use the word nice a lot, and what I was kind of meaning is you may not go, oh, that's brilliant, but you may not go, oh, that's terrible, and it's just the way that things go together. It's just nice. And that's what I'm finding with this London Bridge. I might even prefer that one to the Big Ben. Dale McCormick says, well, it's not saying anything at the moment because Penny's saying I can't find the mouse cursor key. Right, Dale says, great stream. Really enjoyed it. Night, everyone. See you next time. So we have no idea what we're building on Thursday yet because Natasha hasn't decided. So yeah, so you're right, Natasha.
Yeah, Mickey was having a night fright, so I have to run into her.
Oh, bless. So have you got any thoughts on what we're doing next, or do you want a couple of days to decide?
I can't remember what we got.
I can't remember either.
Let me have a look.
Right, give me a second. I'll see what I've got.
We got a broom broom.
A broom broom?
Yes, I have nicknames for things. We got a yellow plane. Oh my god. Oh, don't know what that's called. It's another plane. I'm just saying planes because I know what they are.
I may have cocked up.
I found 4.
What have you found?
Right. A plane.
Right. Haven't got one myself.
Plane.
I just started building that.
Yeah. Plane.
Oh, got one at the hotel.
And the last one we've got. Broom broom.
Oh, no, I don't. I think you might struggle with that. It's got some very, very small parts.
Oh, great.
There's a lot to it. It's a really nice little kit. And it's easy to paint because it's all one color. Could get one of them.
Can't see what it is. A boat. I went for one of them, but I didn't.
Apparently it's small and fiddly. It's so small they can't even put the scale on it. They actually haven't put the scale on it.
So that's what I've got.
Right, okay, we'll sort something out. I must have a. Tell you what, I'll get the. What we got, the Tomahawk and the Spitfire, haven't we?
Yes.
Should we pick one of those two? I'm going to have to get one in for Thursday.
What's the other Spitfire and a Tomahawk?
Yeah. Let me have a moment.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let the viewers decide which one we do.
You can, but then I've got to get one as well, so make sure I can actually get it.
I can't make my screen any bigger.
So, do you want me to do a poll?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find the channel.
Mix it up a
Let
bit.
me make sure I can get them first.
Right.
Because if we all vote for, say, for example, the Spitfire, and I can't get one before, say, Friday, how much? Why have I put in Spitfire? Right, Wednesday. I can get the Spitfire by Wednesday. And what's the other one?
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
It's like 11B, whatever that means. It's like 11B to my head.
2B. It's going to have to be the Spitfire. It's going to have to be. I can't get the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk is delivery between Thursday and Friday. It might come Thursday, but it could also, I think that's going to be a Royal Mail delivery.
Mm.
It's going to, I'm sorry, guys, it's going to have to be the Spitfire. Nothing wrong with the Spitfire, but the Spitfire I can get.
Okay, I'll keep
There's
the
delivery
Spitfire.
by Wednesday, the 31st of January.
Yeah.
So I can get that a day before. So even if it came a day late, I'll probably still have it for the stream.
So there you go. I kept it out.
Right. So mine's going to be the starter set. Yours is the gift set, but they're the same. Yeah, just hold yours up. Oh, no, hang on. This is the Mark VC. Oh, it's because I put the word gift in, didn't I? Starter. Right. VC. Oh. Oh. Looks like I can't get that one either.
Oh, wow. So what are we going to do?
Right. I bet I'll work something out.
True. Tony always does.
I'll sort something out. We have ways. Right. So. Right. What's yours? It's not the VC, is it?
What, the Tomahawk?
No.
2B, I think you said it were.
Right. Do you want to do a Red Arrows Hawk?
Okay. Is that hard?
Don't know. I've never done it.
Okay, let's try something new then, innit?
Or you can do a Mary Rose. I've already done the Mary Rose.
Well, if you haven't done the other one, let's do that one.
But let's look for airy planes. Oh, here. Right, yours is the Mark 1A, isn't it?
No. Can you see that?
Oh, Spitfire. Sorry, the Spitfire.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
1A.
That.
Oh, hang on. No, mine's not the. It's not the starter set. Why is the Hurricane 19 quid? That seemed a lot of money. Does anybody know if the Airfix Red Arrow following that is the same as the Yellow Jack one?
I'll put these over here so I don't lose them.
Okay.
I have a tendency of losing stuff sometimes.
Right. Do you fancy doing a Hawk?
Is that the Tomahawk?
No, that's the Red Arrows Hawk.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
It comes with the paints and the brushes, which means you'll get a red. Don't know
Yep.
what colours you get. You're obviously going to get a red. You'll probably get a black with it. And I don't know what the other colour will be. And you get a little stand with it. And it says free delivery by Wednesday the 31st of January.
Yep,
Streaming
I'll
on
go for it.
February.
Yep.
Done.
Happy.
You guys, so it's basically, it's going to be very similar. It's going to even look similar to your Jet Provost because it's going to be red.
Red, and I've got the red in, unless it's a different type of colour red.
Oh, hang on then. Maybe we want to look at.
But it doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we've got it. I've got it. North American Mustang Mark IV. There's a starter set.
Yeah.
1:72 scale. Get it tomorrow, 30th of January.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Mustang. If we're going to do a vote, we'll just do Mustang. Yes, no. Don't think we really need a vote. I don't think.
Well, it gets your viewers involved in something, doesn't it? Though.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think if we asked them, I think most of them would say, "I don't really care. I just like seeing Natasha building."
Probably.
We enjoy Natasha surprising us at how good she is. Engage with your audience. Right. You like this? Oh, too many characters.
Remove one you don't really want there, then. Are we allowed to vote, or is it just them?
I think you're allowed. Oh. There we go. Right. Polls up.
Can't bloody see it. Oh, found it.
I know.
I've just seen the last
I know
one.
what's going to win as well.
Pardon?
I bet I know what option is going to win.
What else? What else is going to win?
So you got yes, no, and you've got we just love Natasha's super skills.
Yeah, I've just seen that. You've had one vote so far.
Yeah. No, I don't get to vote. That's a shame.
Oh, so I can vote and you can't?
Well, yeah, it's my channel, so I can't vote. Right.
No.
So I'll get that ordered for you and you'll have that tomorrow. And you'll like that because it's got camouflage pattern on it. You'll look at that and you'll go, oh, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll end up getting a superb result out of it like you always do. Oh, they've got other ones as well. Oh, let's cancel that poll.
Oh, God.
No.
I told you should have added more than one in.
Well, no, I didn't know this company is offering 10 different options.
Oh, God. Well, 67% are going for we just love Natasha's super skills.
There you go. Right, so we've got the BAE Harrier GR9A. These are all gift sets, so that's expensive though. I don't know if you're worth $23.97 to me, Natasha.
No, probably.
We've got the Curtis Tomahawk 2 Mark 2B, which is the one that you've got.
Yeah.
So I could have that Wednesday. So that's the cheapest option. We've got the English Electric Lightning. That's quite pricey at 17 quid though. We've got the Eurofighter Typhoon, which is a modern aeroplane, but yeah, I can't get that one in time. We've got the Hawker Hurricane, which is very similar to the Spitfire. Same era, same colours. Got the Hawker Typhoon. I'm going to say no to the Messerschmitt 109 because the paint scheme for you.
Yeah.
We've got the North American Mustang. I'm going to suggest the next one's a no, and that's the Westland Sea King. I think that's one for a bit later on. And we've got the de Havilland Vampire. You might struggle with the back on that. Shall we stick with the what were we saying?
Mustang, won't
Let's go
we?
with the Mustang, shall we?
Yeah, you put a poll up, and they all seem to be wanting it. So.
Yeah, no, we just love that one. 33, I think that's 3 votes. 1 has said yes, and 2 has said we just love Natasha's super skills.
Yeah.
So basically, we could get you making a cardboard box, and the viewers would be happy. And like I say, what we don't do now, we can do another time.
Exactly.
But at least I know where to go now to get some kits fairly cheap, fairly quick.
Yeah.
I think you'll like that.
Well, I'll give it a go. Is it a plane?
Yeah, it's a World War II aeroplane.
So I was thinking Mustang car, because they got Mustangs, haven't they?
Change delivery address.
To Pluto.
Well, I've already got your address, haven't I? Because I bought you stuff on Amazon before.
Yeah, you should have.
No,
You're sending it to Pluto.
Yeah. Flat 3?
Yep.
Right.
Just let me know when about it's delivery time.
Will do. That will be tomorrow.
I'll keep an eye out.
Well, unfortunately, I get all the delivery updates, so it'll say your parcel will be with you in.
Can you put delivery notes in, or is it too late?
It's too late now.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I was going to say ring me when they're outside and put my number in.
So I'm in all day tomorrow, so I'll tell you when they'll cut the delivery.
Well, yeah, true.
They tell me when they're like 8 stops away.
Oh, that's all right then. So you can keep an eye on it.
I need to order one for myself. That's quite nice because then I'm getting something I've never done before. Oh God, hang on, I've got to check it now. I've got all the thing I picked Amazon delivery day because I use that Amazon delivery day quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because what it means then is that I can order. Oh fuck! Oh, well, you're lucky.
What?
Yours is coming tomorrow. Mine's coming Wednesday. You know, I'm only the one who's paying the bill. I get mine a day late. Right, so it's too late to change your mind now, guys. We are doing a Mustang on Thursday. It's not a silver Mustang. It looks like an RAF Mustang in RAF colours.
Yeah.
It's got a camouflage pattern to it anyway. So, yeah, you'll have fun with that. At least you can't stick the decals upside down then, can you? Because they're circles.
That's all right then.
Yeah. So, and of course, what this means is that you will have more paints.
Yeah.
This is why, obviously, if I got you the Red Arrows Hawk, you're going to end up with another pot of paint that you already own. So what you should end up with, you'll get another pot of black. You always get black.
Yeah, you always get black
tires. You'll get I can't remember the colors. You'll get a brown and a green, but your green will be a different color from this. You might get another color of metallic, which will probably be gunmetal. By the time you've done 10 kits, you'll probably have 8 pots of black, or 10 pots of black, and 8 pots of gunmetal. So East Coast says 1.
What?
1.
Oh yeah, he did a comment. You'll see there's a word wrong.
Oh, I see. Right. Night all. Thank you. Great stream and build. See you on the next one. Be safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Take care.
I'm fairly good. Not always perfect, but I'm fairly good at reading what people should have said rather than what they've actually spelt. I've had quite a few viewers in the past who are dyslexic, and it's sometimes it's a bit of a skill interpreting what they're trying to say, but I think it's always nice if you try to say what it should be. But yeah, right, guys. So right, we've set our streams up ready for on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. You'll have fun. I'd say we'll be repeating skills that you've already learned. Can you remember?
I won't remember what they're called though.
Oh, but can you remember?
But I'll know what I'm doing.
Remember what we do when we cut the pieces off the sprues?
Yeah.
What do we
don't
do?
let them ping and don't knock them off the table.
Not giving them up to the carpet monsters is always a good one.
Yeah, mine's been in battle, so sod it.
No, it's fine. If you can live without it.
I can live without it. If someone looked at it, they won't know it's there.
No, but you'll be a typical modeler. Someone will come along and go, oh, that's really good. And you'll go, yeah, but I don't like that bit. That happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm typical for.
Your turn to say goodbye or mine?
I did it last night. Your turn.
No, you did not.
I did.
You did not. You did not finish the show last night. You always say you finished the show, but you did.
I did. I did it first.
No, you did it first. But I'm talking about actually closing the show. You
well,
know,
give it a go.
You know I'm going to give in, and I'll close the show. Right.
Sorry, I'm knocking stuff over.
It's all right. As long as you're happy doing it, that's all that matters.
It's going to fizz up if I opened it, but never mind.
Bottle of Coke?
No.
Bottle
there is cider under there.
Or as we would call it in Scotland, a bottle of juice.
Yeah, but
that's
alcoholic.
In Scotland, fizzy is juice, which is juice to me is like what you dilute. But that's diluted juice in Scotland. But juice is well, it depends. No, if you dilute it, it's called squash. If you say squash in Scotland, they look at you funny. If it's juice, it's like real, like using a square carton, you cut the corner off and it's either apple or orange or pineapple.
Yeah.
Or one of these weird things that they start selling in the supermarkets now. But yeah, juice. Juice loose about the hoose. Right. Okay. Say goodbye.
Thank you, Penny, for tonight's show and help me finish the tank off. I'll see you on Thursday. I hope you have a good one.
Probably see me in various people's streams, won't you, over the next few
days? Hell yeah. I've been raiding them so much lately. So everyone will catch me about probably in the week as well. And happy hobbying, crafting, whatever you're doing, take care and be safe.
Not a problem. Right, guys, so thank you for watching. The show wouldn't be half of what it is without you guys watching and taking part. I really do appreciate it. Well done to you, Natasha. You've done really, really well.
Thank you.
I don't think it's the skills you need to learn. I think it's just knowing that you can do them. But you don't know you can do them until you try them, and you have taken to it really well. Like everybody says, you know, you don't look like a beginner. But you've done really well. Right, guys, my channel will be back on Wednesday when I've got the Eddie Stobuck coming out. That is going to be, by the looks of it, a triple episode. Issues 112, 13 and 14. Then on Thursday we have the next episode of the Gauntlet, issue 36. That is not the glovey bit, the next bit down. And then at 8 o'clock, I will be starting a brand new kit, one that even I've not, well, I say even me, one that I've not built before, so I don't even know if mine will come out good. I wouldn't be surprised if Natasha comes out with a really good model and I come out with an absolute train wreck.
Well, yeah, it's always the way.
But I am putting my foot down. You are putting the undercarriage on.
Yeah, you watch or snap the
It's
buggers.
still you've not tried before, so
No,
try.
I got a bit scared looking at on that plane. I thought, no, I'm not doing it.
You've been scared of a lot of things on the tank, and now look what you've come up with.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, I will be back live on Thursday, 8 o'clock. And also Friday, I'm looking forward to, because I've got it's just boring chit chat, but it's my introduction to the Lancaster. I've finally done it. I've even come up, I'm going to show you the thumbnail, guys, because I'm loving this thumbnail. This is exclusive on my channel. I could share screen window. So this is my thumbnail for the Lancaster versus Hong Kong. I just what came to mind. Let's steal the Harshette magazine cover and stick the Hong Kong models logo on it.
Yeah.
I might change it a bit. I might bring those question marks into the actual cover, but yeah, the whole point of this exercise is, can I produce something as good as or better for the same price or less? And then we look at all the advantages and disadvantages of doing both. And by the end of 140 weeks, I'm sure we'll all have different opinions, but we'll see which one we prefer. And the way I've been looking at it is, I don't even know. You know, for the amount of work I'm going to have to put into the Hong Kong models,
Yeah.
would it have actually been easier if I just bought the part work every week? And of course, the first disadvantages I've got, I spent nearly £400 and I've not even started it.
Well, you didn't do your New Year's resolution then.
Well, the New Year's not over yet. But no, the whole point is with a scale model, you buy all the paints and the model before you start building it. Whereas with the part work, it's a little bit like having it on credit. You're paying £10 a week. £10 a week is a lot more easier. You know, and we've said about making the model learning, it's like an orange, isn't it? You're not going to eat the whole orange at once. You peel it and you eat one segment at a time. Well, the Hong Kong models is I've got the whole orange, whereas the Harshette version, it's like someone's peeled the orange and they're handing me one segment at a time.
Yeah.
Which one's easier? So right, guys, so I'm going to finish the stream now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next exciting live that we do. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.